Kojima predicted the rise of AI and social media and all that stuff in Metal Gear Solid 2. He's gonna make ghosts real. If they weren't real before, they're gonna be real now.
All I gotta say is, if he's hiring a bunch of just random people, do not go work for him, because he's probably going to make ghosts out of you.
He's gonna turn you into a ghost.
Exactly.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'd be tempted to do it. I'd be.
You're gonna die. You're tempted to die.
No, I'm tempted to be in a Kojima game
where
I can. Maybe he's coming with a way to like separate my like corporeal spirit from my body, and then I can just go back into my spirit when I'm done, my body when I'm done.
Welcome back to Off the Console, the hottest podcast. It's not new anymore. We're just hot now. That's all about gaming, tech news, and anything nerdy. This week, we are covering some of the biggest news items from the past week or two, including the Xbox Ally and Ally X. Prices are very surprising on that, so that one's going to be, I think, one for the ages. Costco to remove Xboxes officially, and then Nintendo is going after the government. So two big entities. We'll see who wins at the end of that, and many more topics to come. So as always, we're going to start off with what we've been playing, but I do want to note before we do that, and also welcome High Tech. Mm-hmm. Sorry. You'll notice that Gardner is not here today. He is in Germany getting ready for Oktoberfest. He's pre-gaming it up over there, I guess. No. He is having a fun time at, what is he going to again?
Nextcloud
That's right.
Fest or something like that. It's something with Nextcloud.
Yeah.
And for those who
I know
don't
that he
know,
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Nextcloud is a self-hosting software that you can do to effectively host your own version of the Google document suite, and also like Google Drive as well. And you can also use it to sync your photos to your to and from your phone as well. So it's also useful for that as well.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely a cool little suite of software. So a little jealous he gets to go to Germany for that. Hopefully he's going to take full advantage of everything that's over there, including the fest. So let's start off with what you've been playing, High Tech.
Well, as you know, I'm still going at it with Silk Song. I'm gonna beat it one of these days, but now I've made it to Act 2 since last week, and now I'm really lost. I'm really lost in the sauce.
I heard it's quite a bit bigger, at least map wise.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought you know the boss that we were talking about last week that I didn't beat.
Yeah,
I beat it in one extra try, and then fucking guess what? It turns out I was just in Act 1 the whole time.
Oh damn!
I thought the game was close to being over the way people hyped up this boss rush, this boss run.
Dude, they got you. They got you good. That's
honestly, the best games are games where you think you're done, but then it turns out you're only like a third of the way there.
I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think The Last of Us Part 2 is infamous in its ending. At least for me, it pissed me off that I thought I was done, and then it's like, okay, more of this revenge story.
There is a game that I really like that does this, and it comes out with the craziest plot twist. It's called The Labyrinth of Galleria, the Moon Society. It's a game by Nipponichi. It's a dungeon crawler sort of game where you essentially create your own like. Have you ever played Etrian Odyssey before?
No.
Oh,
I'm not a big dungeon crawler person.
I think you would like this though.
I probably would. You'll have to remind me afterwards, and I'll look it up. But dungeon crawlers are like infamous for like acting like they're over and then not. Like Returnal.
No, you're thinking of roguelikes.
Oh, I'm thinking of roguelikes. Sorry, yeah,
No,
I'm thinking of roguelikes.
Like
but yes,
this is like a traditional
dungeon crawler,
first-person dungeon crawler, like Wizardry or
yeah. Yep. What'd you like about it? Or
So basically the like character creation process, because you create your own like characters, so to speak. They go into different classes, but there are a lot of options to create your characters with. In addition to that, there's like a lot of different ways to build your characters and grow them as well, depending on you can reclass them, like, and all that stuff. And there's a lot to it, and the story is interesting as well. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't played it yet, but it's a bit of a mind bender story wise.
I'll have to check it out then. Well,
It's also made by Nippon
oh, sorry.
Ichi too, so like
Yeah.
so it's going to be some crazy, like, it's not a crazy grind, but there will be some grinding involved because it's a JRPG basically.
Yeah, I'm not against it, especially since my Steam Deck makes grinding a lot easier. I'll usually watch something while I grind. So, okay.
Oh,
Or listen to something these days, too.
oh yeah.
Some books, some audiobooks. Well, it sounds like you're going to be on Silksong for a little longer. Me, I finished Hollow Knight like 2 weeks ago now. It was really easy. I don't know what anyone. No, it was just a fun little. It was difficult, but it was fun, and so I got done with that. And so this last week, I've actually played a lot of different games, including I still haven't finished Split Fiction with my wife. We finally got some more time to play it, and so we're getting through there. We're almost done, but the game that I really come to like, and I'm not usually a fan of Vampire Survivor like games, but Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is really fun.
Yeah, I did like the demo for that when I tried it out.
It's on, and it plays really well on the Steam Deck until you have a massive horde, and then it starts to get at around 30 frames, but it's still playable. But it's really fun. I really like Deep Rock Galactic, just the original game. It's really fun to play with a lot of people, but the problem is that getting everyone together to play that becomes difficult, especially when people like move on and don't play it as much anymore. So jumping into this and playing it solo is really fun, and it has a progression system and progression that is perfect so far. Like you unlock new areas, new maps, whatever, new characters, and I really like the way they're doing it. So I definitely do like 2 thumbs up for that one, especially for the Steam Deck, as just it's an easy game to pick up, put down. You can definitely get a little frustrating, but it's a fun play.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, my day job keeps getting in the way. I wish I could go back to COVID times where we were all working from home.
I work from home, and I wish I played more games, but I feel like work never leaves me at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we were still in the 2020s, if we were still in the year 2020, I would have beaten Silksong by now.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Oh,
you
also,
know what other?
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
You know what other game I beat?
What'd you
Slay
beat?
the Spire. I finally beat that.
Ooh.
Like there's multiple runs, but I never finished a run fully, and it's really fun.
Ooh, Slay the Spire. Very nice. Yo, I like. I'm on like, I think I was on like Ascension 3 or 4 when I stopped playing Slay the Spire. Like,
There's only 3 ascension. There's only 3 levels, right?
No, there's like 20 Ascensions.
No, there's ascensions. Yeah, I did a couple of those, but yeah. But I never like when I played it before. I'd never gotten through the whole like, levels or whatever, like the 3 levels, but not the ascensions. I've been doing the ascensions now, and so
Yeah, the Ascensions they get kind of cray cray, to be honest, a little too cray cray for me, but yeah.
Some of the decks, man, that you can roll in it. I don't like the random aspect that a lot of that they come with, but it's fun. It's fun to pick up every once in a while. But I lost like 5 hours in one day this week, so I don't play it. I don't play it as much.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Also, kind of unrelated to gaming, I got something to review. And it's not under NDA or anything. It's called the Link Station N2. It's an all SSD NAS.
Okay. I need to get one of those.
Yeah, so I ordered some NASs for myself about four. I mean, sorry. I ordered about 4 NVMe SSDs for myself to stick in all fairly cheap, $100 2 TB.
Are they
NVMe.
okay? Yeah,
Yeah, they're Gen 3. Because I mean, the whole thing's Gen 3. To be honest, I mean, the SSD slots are Gen 3, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to get anything more. Usually with NASA's, that tends to be the case too. You get a speed boost and some other stuff, but
I wish they made
not much.
Gen 3 4 TB SSDs, but like they don't. So yeah. So, Gardner, what have you been? Oh right, Gardner's not here. It feels like
Gardner.
It feels like a phantom limb.
Kind of. I've been keeping up with Gardner by I'm subscribed to his blog, and so I've been reading some of his stories. That's how I've been keeping up with what he's been doing.
Well, hopefully Gardner can tell us all about it next week when he hosts.
I think you'll be excited about that. I'm sure he has lots of stories.
Yes, but I think we also have a bunch of stories too.
Like the news? Yeah.
Yes.
Plenty of stuff to cover. But before we do that, make sure to like, subscribe, even hit the bell if you're on YouTube. It does help. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And then also, if you're not into the whole YouTube thing, you're following us on the Fediverse. Almost said metaverse, but podcast.subscribe2.me is a great place to get our feed. And so with that, let's get into our first topic, which is, in my opinion, I don't think it surprised a lot of people, but I was still shocked how bold Xbox was to charge this much. I know tariffs are a thing, but there's such a thing as loss leader to sell software, and I just don't know if they get that right now. The ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X prices have been confirmed, and pre-orders are sold out on the Xbox store, but you can still get it at other places, including, I believe, Asus or Best Buy, where I got mine. Now, the ROG Xbox Ally is going to be $599, so essentially $600, and the ROG Xbox Ally X is going to be $1,000. It's 1 cent off, which I really hate this, like,
99 cent.
I really hate this, like, pricing convention that we have as Americans, but I get it. It's a frame of mind of like, well, it's under $1,000, even though it's a cent. It tricks our mind, and I'm sure it works on me and everyone else. But I still, $1,000, man. It's not a good beginning of this next generation, I guess. What is it? The
Z2 Extreme.
Z2 Extreme, yeah.
Okay, now it is a crazy price point. I mean, it was kind of leaked earlier, but last I recall, when it was leaked, it was $899.
Yes,
albeit that was just the European price converted. So maybe, I bet they'll get a cheaper one in Europe. Maybe Gardner can buy one while he's in Germany.
Well, they're not going to be out by the time he gets back, but
yeah.
That's the weirdest part, is something being cheaper in Europe is not usually a thing. That's how bad the tariffs are. And I bet you it was going to be $899, but thanks to tariffs, I really don't think it's greedflation. I think greedflation is a part of all this, but I really think this is a tariff thing, and I think Microsoft is playing it safe by saying, well, we don't know what the administration is going to do with tariffs, so we're just going to price it another $100 just to be safe. Because they've been upping their price on all their physical products. This is a joint venture, of course. So with the third party portion, I'm sure Asus wants to get their cut. So that's another reason why this is more expensive than it should be. It's even with that. Even with that,
tariffs.
Yeah, that's why I said at the beginning of the year, buy your stuff then. And then write it out, because the tariffs will not last forever. The tariffs are a guaranteed. It can be a guaranteed political ender. The last time we played with tariffs, a lot of congressmen lost their jobs back in the, what is it? I believe the 30s, 20s, 30s, somewhere around there. And so, like, history does not look kindly. Economists don't look kindly on tariffs. And now gamers, I don't think, are going to be too happy about this. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of gamers, at least where I frequent, which is Reddit, whether it be good or bad, understand that it's tariffs. They're just like, nope, I'm out. And they think it's just mostly like greed.
Greedflation.
But I do think it's a mix of it a little bit. I definitely think Microsoft could just bite the bullet and lose a little bit of money on this by having a loss leader of selling their software and really push their Game Pass on it. You know, they really could do a lot to make this a loss leader. This doesn't feel like a console. At $1,000, this does not feel like at all a console.
Don't worry.
This is crazy.
Next generation will have the $1,000 consoles.
No, we won't. Because I don't know if Xbox is going to have another generation that's going to be very successful. I think
PlayStation, though.
PlayStation could. And if tariffs remain in play, maybe. I have a hard time believing people are going to pay $1,000 as much for a console. If it's anywhere from the jump from PS4 to PS5, it wasn't big enough jump to justify it for a lot of games. Now, if they can actually come out with decent first party titles for the next generation quick enough, then maybe, but I don't know.
Hey man, never underestimate how terrible gamers can be with managing their monies. I mean, think about all the people that spend thousands of dollars on gacha games. And also think about people that buy like multiple Nintendo Switches for no other reason than to just have like one that kind of has like a Legend of Zelda design on the back of it. And also the same people that do the same shit for like PlayStations as well. Never underestimate the fanboys' ability to pay for things that they not only don't need, but also
I agree.
may not actually be able to afford without taking out some loans.
I agree. But the economy and like the kind of stats behind all this do not agree with that. The people are pretty much stressed to the point where if they wanted to do that in the future, they probably can't because they're over leveraged right now. So I think if these companies are going to start to keep on upping these prices, they're going to realize quickly that it is going to be a failing game, and they're going to go back to actually competing on price again and not upping their prices so much. I get it. Like, I don't mind a little bit of price increase with inflation and all that. I understand that. But once we're breaking into 1,000, that's if inflation's gotten that out of control, then we're fucked because it was only the last generation that was like, what, $500? Like a double, you doubled the price of the consoles in a generation is a crazy thing. And I don't know if you're quite wrong on this, high tech. I think they might try to get away with it, saying it's like, because it's like with the extreme inflation from the Fed printing a bunch of money during COVID for businesses. It injected a lot of money, and so we had to have inflation, and it rose prices. And then companies said that's why they're raising prices on food and everything, but it usually was just short-term gains. But people, I just don't think they can. I don't think they can hit this 1,000. I think for the Xbox Ally X, I think it's going to be marginally successful. It is not sold out though, only on the Xbox.com site, which is weird, but that's the only one that's sold out. They must not have had as many. I don't know. All I know is I bought mine from Best Buy. I did a whole stream on it because it was fun, and then half the stream was saying get a Legion Go 2. The other half says called me an idiot. No, they didn't. They didn't call me an idiot, but like
they called you an Xbox like, shill.
No, they're like, buy it and you can always return it. I'm like, it's not a bad idea.
Yo, I'll trade you my ROG Ally X for your ROG Xbox Ally X.
What's the difference?
Mine doesn't have Windows 11 bloatware, so mine's a better product. It's more beneficial to you, my dude.
Wait, what do you mean it does? What do you have on it?
Bazite.
Oh, I can install Bazite.
Maybe you should.
No, the true difference is that Z2 Extreme processor, and right now, like the initial reviews for like the Legion Go 2 is not overly like hopeful, but I heard that some drivers are going to be coming out that should help fix some of those performance issues.
You know, on the topic of the new Microsoft interface, I've been playing around with that on my ROG Xbox Ally. I mean, ROG Ally.
Oh, you already have one, so you lied. Trying to get a second one. No, go for it.
Yeah, so there's a tutorial on Reddit on how to enable the full screen experience, the new Xbox interface, and it's interesting. It really it does help with power consumption as well as RAM usage, and in some cases performance. But the problem is that they really want you to rely on that Xbox launcher. Hold on. So they really want you to rely on the Xbox launcher. And the problem with that is the Xbox launcher is bare bones if you want to do anything outside of like playing games on Xbox, the Xbox platform.
Yeah. So how does Steam work on that? Were you able to install Steam onto it?
Yeah, you are able to install Steam on it. You have to do it externally though, I think. Well, actually,
yeah. So you have to go into the normal Windows, install it, and set it all up, and then you can go in and access it.
yeah, you can launch Steam from the Xbox interface. And if you guys are doing this, you want to enable whatever option it is in Steam to make it open in big picture mode.
Yeah.
And then when you install games in Steam, it'll show up in your like Xbox library or whatever.
Okay.
So the thing though is that I think Xbox said you could install Steam games from the Xbox interface at some point. Did they not? Or maybe
I think so. I think they're working on that because in order to have like a really smooth experience that's going to compete with the Steam OS, they're going to have to do that.
Yes. Also, one more thing too. So in the Windows settings, you can change. It looks like you can change whatever app opens up in the full screen experience. So right now, Xbox is the only actual option, but it seems like it might be possible in the future to replace that Xbox launcher with some other application.
So you could have like a full. You could probably do Steam's big picture mode.
You probably could, to be honest.
I mean, if Microsoft doesn't enable it, people are going to be able to modify it so they can. That's
yeah. Or you could do like something like Play Night. And I've seen some like modded footage of like people's custom themes for Play Night, and they look pretty cool actually. If I went the Windows route of doing that, I think I'd do that.
So, yeah, that honestly is not a bad way to go. I do have a question for you, High Tech.
Yes.
If I was to give you $1,300, let's just say, would you buy an Xbox Ally X? Would you get a Legion Go 2, or what device would you get with that? And then you couldn't save it; you'd have to buy a device.
Ah, damn. That is a tough one. I'm sure. I mean, I feel like if you want to be a content creator, your best bet would be to go with the ROG Xbox Ally X because it's just gonna be the more popular device. It actually has Xbox in the name, so. And plus, anything you do for the Legion Go and the Xbox kind of like go tandem, because you can enable it on like any device probably. Do
you think they're going to patch that out though?
I don't know for certain if they'll patch it up because it's part of the developer build of Windows 11.
Yes, that's the point. Is that do you have to enable that developer build for Windows, or do you?
It's like an insider build. It's like you can do it so long as you have a Microsoft account tied to your PC.
Do they not tie that stuff to? Because in the past, Insider usually was paid, but I guess maybe it's not anymore.
I didn't pay for it, so
yeah, no. I know that people can get, like anyone can get it. It's just you have to get that build. I just haven't tried it yet because I've been having too much fun playing video games. I should enable it on this though. I do have my Windows. In fact, I'll try enabling it today and try it out.
Yeah.
But
also worth mentioning is that if it doesn't enable by default, once you go into that already, you have to do some registry hacks. The guide on Reddit will tell you how to do it. So
I'm not too afraid.
Yeah.
It's not a skill issue for me. It's a
skill issue for our audience, potentially.
Maybe. I don't know. I believe in our audience. They're just
I do too, but I also
agree. But once you
anything.
just as a heads up, anytime you touch the registry, just know that you're playing with your Windows. I mean, you can always repair it. So at the end of the day, if you know what you're doing, you can always repair Windows if you break it through the registry, but it can break your Windows. So just as a heads up, don't mess up.
Yeah, don't mess up. We're not responsible if anything happens to you.
You act like they're going to die. They turned it into an Xbox bomb. So you'd probably go with the Xbox Ally X. That is my dilemma right now is, if I am going to get this, do I get this or the Legion Go? Now, the Legion Go 2 had a recall because the bumper trigger on the right gets stuck.
Uh-oh.
And so they shut it down, and I think there's a recall. I don't think you can get one at this moment. I don't even know if you can pre-order it quite right. Well, maybe you can pre-order it again.
Dang.
But there's something going on there. And then on top of that, like that 8-inch screen sounds awesome. But also having a really long battery life like the ROG Xbox Ally is going to have is also awesome.
I mean, is the battery life going to be that different, though, to be honest?
It's 80-watt battery as opposed to a 74-watt.
That's only
but
it
is only 6, but the screen size alone will determine that battery life quite a bit, actually. So, once again, I don't care about the battery life typically as much, but it is part of it. Plus, on top of it, the Xbox Ally X is a 24 gigabyte as opposed to 32 gigabyte if you go with the 1300. Now, you can get something similar to kind of going between. No, not really between, I think. I think it's more like the Xbox Ally for $1,000 with the Legion Go 2's base model. But you know, the only thing you're really getting is a bigger screen over the Xbox Ally, where the Xbox Ally is
and an
$599. True, the OLED does make sense, and that is one of the kickers for, like, I'll tell you what right now, this price, if they would have reworked the whole device, they had a better screen, maybe an OLED or something like that, I could justify this price. The Xbox Ally X is almost, besides the processor, and I'm probably going to eat my words on this, but besides that, is really no different than the Ally X.
You know what?
The handles, of course, it's going to be more comfortable to play, which I'm down for. But
you know, on that topic though, Asus, have you opened up Asus's website?
Oh, frick! Yeah, let's start sharing this so that people can see. I apologize.
It's all good, man. I mean,
this is why people don't make me in charge of all this stuff.
Yeah, share your screen. But yes, if you go to Asus's website, what I find interesting on Asus's website is that it presents it as if it was just a difference in memory, even though there's a difference, like a pretty significant difference between the like actual like normal version and the X version.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, gamers aren't that stupid. Once again, gamers aren't stupid though, but like gamers aren't really.
Yeah, but like,
but it's also, yeah.
What if you're not a gamer? What if this is your like your entrance into gaming and like, oh, it's only 8 gigabytes of memory. It's not a big difference in memory. Like, imagine if that happened to someone. That would kind of suck.
It's bad marketing, to be fair. It's really bad marketing to just say this is the difference. They're kind of going with like the Apple way of doing things, and Apple doesn't even do it like this. They're when you choose different models, I think they also add in what else is different. It's not that hard to add in 24 gigabytes plus, adding in this 50 tops right here, or from the Z2 Extreme.
Hold on, go back to the 16. I want to see the description changes. I mean, it does change if you read closer into it. Yeah, you see the description changes, but like this is just atrocious, man.
Who's gonna read that? if you're a mom buying a device for someone, you switch between it. You're like, I don't know what the f the difference is. Are you? I'm like, as a normie, you're gonna go between these two and be like, yes, I know exactly what that means.
$400 for 8 gigs of RAM. That's bullshit.
I can see it too.
Wait, look at that. Look at that. Oh, but if you're affiliated with the military, or you're a student, or a teacher groups, you could get a special discount. You'll pay less than $1,000.
Do you though?
I don't know.
This says so, but you know.
Yeah, they wouldn't put this on. They wouldn't put this.
Oh,
on
okay.
website.
It says special discount. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
but yeah, interesting.
They wouldn't put this on this website if this device wasn't eligible. I wouldn't imagine. But I mean, it's Asus. Asus, respond to me, please. I want to review this device.
Yeah, it would be a fun device. I might review it. It's just $1,000 for reviewing a device is so pricey.
Dude, don't you know, man? YouTube views are going down. You're not gonna make your money back reviewing this unless you're like one of the top dogs already.
YouTube does not pay at all.
Yeah, yeah, man. If I had YouTube as my only source of money, I'd be like below the poverty line. Well below the poverty line, I should say.
Along with everyone else, because the poverty line is... I'm not going to get into that. Sorry. Yeah. I like this. Xbox Ally is already selling out despite its beefy price tag. Best Buy US still has stock for now. It still has stock to this at this moment. If we went and looked at Best Buy, it still has stock. That's where I bought mine. I don't think this thing's selling out. They might act like it's going to sell out, but I don't think this is going to sell out. I think $1,000 is just too much. People in our communities are like, one person that follows me, I'm going to shout out BT Maverick. He's a big Xbox fan, but at $1,000, hopefully you don't mind me saying this, but he's out because, you know, if it was $899, which is crazy. That's even like that. I feel like that was even a little pricey for what you're getting with this, but
1,000 is crazy.
1,000 is such a crazy price to ask. And there's so many. If it wasn't for the tariffs and a couple other things going on in the world, I'd be like, dude, they just hate you. Yeah, they just hate you. They just know that they're going to get their money. Because it didn't instantly sell out, I really wonder if this is going to be that successful of a device. I think it will be successful, don't get me wrong. But is it going to be that successful, especially since Costco, well, let's get into this a little bit. Costco confirms it's removed Xbox consoles as part of its business decision. And I don't know if you know much about this one, High Tech. Do you?
Not too much. I just heard the headliner, to be honest.
Yeah, so reading into this, Costco makes business decisions. Like, I don't know why it's air quoted business decision, because obviously, like, anything they do is going to be a business decision unless it's political, and I don't think this is political. But the reason why they usually remove things is because they don't move inventory. If inventory sits over too long, they will sell at a discount price and clear their inventory. Because also inventory and space like that costs them money. Paying for Costco locations, paying for all that stuff, they could be shelving something else that's going to come out that's going to sell out more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like New Zealand, I think, are clearing out their Xbox consoles at like half price. So instead of like what, $600, it's $300.
Well, you know, I don't think this is necessarily true that Costco's not stocking Xboxes, because anything's an Xbox, remember?
Oh, damn. You got me. You got me again, Gardner. Oh, I mean, High Tech. Man, Gardner made that thing, like that whole joke, and it's going to be running for the next few years because Xbox is going to be everywhere.
Dude, we're doing this podcast on an Xbox, by the way. Well, on 2 Xboxes.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Costco is an interesting one to comment on, because you don't really think of video game purchases when you think of Costco, right?
Oh, but it is one of the best places to get a console because their return policy and their like warranties and all that like are really good.
What is their return policy and warranties and all that stuff?
I've heard people return stuff like food that they're just like, I didn't really use it, so they returned the food because it was bad.
I mean,
If you abuse the system too much, they will flag you, but someone had a TV, and I think it was under warranty, because they'll even respect, I believe, the warranties on it, like even the limited ones. Like after 2 years, it broke, and they returned it, the TV, and just got a new one. Their warranties and their return policy is crazy good. I'd have to look it up again, but from my understanding, Costco has some of the best out there.
Costco's a really nice place to go to for like groceries and stuff. I used to go to Costco a lot more, but then they implemented a policy where they actually look at they actually look at people's faces and the faces on the cards, and to make sure that you're actually that person. And so I can't just bum my mom's Costco card anymore. I could, however, bum my brother's separate Costco card.
There you go. You should do that. I have a business one. Not a bit like I think it's like the business
Executive,
or something like
Star
that.
or something.
Executive, that's what it is. And it pays for itself every year. In fact, this last year, I think I got back in rebates like double what the Costco membership is, like 150, something like that. And so I got like $300. But I do a lot of my main shopping there now because groceries have gotten so expensive, and I have a family of 4, and so feed us and the dog and save a bunch of money, buy more tech. Like that's the way I go these days. And
when you say a family of 4, that's including you and your wife, not like you have 4 kids, right?
No.
Or 3 kids and a wife. Okay, that makes
2 kids, 2 wives. This is Utah after all.
Don't tell your wife.
Yeah, so that Costco chicken is such a good deal. $5 still for a rotisserie chicken.
The food court ain't half bad either. It's actually quite good.
No, it's pretty good. They're cracking down on all that, but at the end of the day, I like getting my stuff from there more and more. Like my Apple products are typically about $50 to $100 cheaper than anywhere else because they have special deals and buy in bulk. And so at the end of the day, I definitely get my money's back for that membership.
You know, there was a funny story. Apparently, the president of Costco told an investor, "I'll fucking kill you if they raise the prices of a hot dog," for suggesting that they raise the price of a hot dog. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yep. It's only the creator / owner of Costco and Arizona drinks. They're the only ones that care about consumers these days.
Yeah, and apparently, if you go to like a Costco, apparently, if you have a Costco membership, you can also go to Costco's internationally as well.
Yep. Oh, and they're awesome. Like you go to Hawaii, they have tons of poke and sushi. Like if you have it's really hard to eat all that much sushi by yourself, but if you're with a couple of people, like it is an amazing deal. They have poke at my Costco now, which is really good poke, actually. Oh, it's so good. I go there, I get poke. It will last like 2 days for me and my wife because my kids aren't going to eat, raw sushi or raw fish, but like it's really good. It's just, I'm not going to go into too much of that, but like if you're a gamer, man, you can bulk up on like some really good stuff there and just game your little heart out while you have pre-made meals that are premium but for a good price. This is like me selling Costco memberships. Apparently, we need to have a Costco membership or a sponsor.
Dude, the next week's episode's gonna be sponsored by Costco. Damn, that's gonna be awesome, man.
Well, the other thing that I like about Costco is that they treat their workers much better in the sense of they actually give price. They don't like if you go to Costco and to Walmart, you're going to notice Costco workers are going to be much happier than Walmart. Walmart, like they seem miserable. Costco pays for health. They have a lot of incentives. They care about the worker, and so I might as well also put my money into that too.
Yeah.
They have deals on. I'm shilling too much for Costco, but I think like this alone, maybe Xbox doesn't want to deal with Costco too. Maybe that's why they're pulling. They didn't want to do any deals or anything, because I'm sure Costco usually makes like deals and does negotiations for bulk stuff to make things cheaper for their constituents. But I think Xbox truly is trying to morph into this everything's an Xbox thing, right? They're going more digital. I do think it's not I think a lot of people don't like that play, but I think it's not a bad play. They're gonna at this rate, they're either going to be a competitor for Steam and Epic Games, or they're going to just sell
their games everywhere.
Yeah, I think they're going to sell them everywhere, but like Game Pass is a really good deal.
Yeah, so what I do find funny is in the tweet that Destin Ligari posted, that like at the very bottom it says, they did say they have some great deals on Switch and PlayStation though. That's hilarious. Yeah. Man, but Costco, good deal. But this next deal might not be so good.
Yeah, what is this next deal? This is, I don't know. We need a hero to come in, but I didn't realize it was going to be this hero that was going to come in and rescue us.
Nintendo versus the Department of Homeland Security. This is going to be the great man, I don't know what to make of this. Listen, we talk a lot of crap about Nintendo, a lot. Deservedly, by the way, I should mention.
Yeah.
But I think this is one actual good case where Nintendo has a case and no one's... This is the first time I've heard people unanimously agree that Nintendo should sue them. Like, there's a lot of people saying that they should sue Power World because, Power World's like a parody of Pokemon. But, like, Power World's actually pretty fun. But this, I'm down. I'd like to see Nintendo smack down. I want to see who's stronger. The government or Nintendo's lawyers?
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now who's going to be stronger. It's going to be the government, but because it's going to be done in the courts and not necessarily direct, like it's going to be the Homeland Security versus Nintendo in courts. If Trump gets involved, or if it's at a different level, like Supreme Court, let's say, I'm putting my money on the government. If this does not get to that point, my money's on Nintendo.
This is going to be a match to remember.
It is. I hate that we're here, though. I mean, look at this. If you look at this, this looks like it is
a Pokemon
against.
Ad.
Well, it looks like it does not look like a Pokemon ad. It looks like a Power World ad. But guns and Pokemon, that goes hand in hand with Power World. But this looks like a parody. This looks like something that's like if you were to release an ad against Homeland Security, this would be it right here.
This looks like something Pokemon. This looks like something
look
4chan
good.
would have made.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like they probably got 4chan editors. That's who's running the home. I want to finish that.
And then they got the Pokemon cards of all of the people that they've like. Oh, let's go. Like, that's crazy that how much effort they put into this bullshit. Like go to the very end where you start to see like the Pokemon cards they made.
Manslaughter.
Dude, that is insane. They're talking
Attempted
about
murder.
They're talking about government efficiency, and they're paying all these hacks to like make all these like stupid meme videos. Where's the government efficiency? How come this money isn't going towards fixing the roads and like normal bullshit that people complain about?
Yeah, people really don't understand how this whole deportation thing is costing. I'm just going to say this right now. So I'm trying not to get too political. I just want people to understand like what's going on and how it's kind of affecting maybe you as a gamer. Is that it is the fourth largest military force if it was just on its own in the world, funded ICEs. That's huge amounts of money. Don't get me wrong. They put these guys up here. These guys were already going after. They're just placating to stuff that was already going to happen. But that's as much as I'm going to get into the political stuff. This is just like I don't get mixing a child a children's cartoon into this, right? Like, I just don't understand.
Have you pulled up Nintendo's response to it?
Do we have Nintendo's response?
We do have Nintendo's response.
We do.
So that guy is also someone whose video was taken and used by Homeland Security.
Theo Vaughn is not happy, even though he is sided with a lot of this stuff. They're using his content, whether it be fair use or not, I guess. I don't know. But I think when it's being used in such a, in my opinion, nefarious way, I don't like that. Like, I'd be up in arms too, but, you make your bed. But yeah, sorry, continue, High Tech.
Yeah, so we are aware of a recent video posted by the Department of Homeland Security that includes imagery and language associated with our brand, the Pokemon Company International said. Our company was not involved in the creation or distribution of this content, and permission was not granted for the use of our intellectual property. And also, I mean, this is as blatant as it gets. The real question is, I want to see what happens in the future with this. Because as we know, Nintendo is like one of the most litigious companies in the world, probably behind Disney, to be honest. Or maybe more than Disney, actually.
Yeah, that's a hard one to say, because I think they might be worse than Disney, because I think Japan, they're a Japanese company, and they tend to be very litigious with their IP. Like, in Japan, you can get sued and go to jail for modifying a game. So...
Yeah, but I've yet to see context. Nintendo sue someone for having Spider-Man on their kid's gravestone.
Don't give them ideas. They just didn't realize it was there. They have bigger pals to fry, like Pal World
and the U.S. government.
The U.S. government. This is going to be an interesting battle, because it's a coin toss whether or not Trump will get involved in this or not, or if this will just be like go to court under the scene, because this is so bizarre.
Now what if Mr. President threatens to ban Nintendo from America? I wonder if they'll kowtow really quickly. Probably, right?
Maybe.
Or maybe they'll sue. That'd be.
Here's the thing. The president doesn't have the power to do this. I want people to really know about this type of stuff. The president doesn't have power to do some of the tariffs he's doing. It's being allowed by because you're supposed to have checks and balances. The president is the executive branch. They don't make, they could do tariffs, but they can't do these types of things. So I just want to.
He shouldn't be able to do
He can't. He's not technically supposed to. So the check, like in the past, doesn't matter if it's a Republican or Democrat, they usually will shoot these things down in the different branches of the government will usually shoot this down. It's just always how it's been. This has been one of the only times where it's not been checked. And so it's very weird to see, like, Nintendo. That's why you see a lot of companies, and we could see Nintendo happening like doing this too, is kowtowing. Like, they took for freedom of speech kind of stuff. Jimmy Kimmel was removed last week. He was put back on and everything like that. But that was the government pressuring free speech, which is not good. So it'll be interesting to see how Nintendo goes. If they're going to placate, I have a feeling, I think you might be onto something. I think that they might fight this, and then if they feel like they're getting too much flack, they'll just back down.
We shall see. This sounds like this will be a developing story, to be honest.
Agreed, and it does not look good, I think, to have Pokemon in your ad. Like, if they think Power World, they didn't like Power World, like, having your Pokemon, like, kid-friendly game in Homeland Security ads like that, I bet you there might have been a heart attack or two at the Nintendo headquarters seeing that thing.
Yeah, and also I can imagine the people that made the Pokemon song, because in that video they were playing the actual Pokemon theme song. Pokemon gotta catch 'em all. That one. Yeah, that was playing in the background too. And I bet you the record label that owns the rights to that song is also quite pissed off as well.
Record labels could be they might be worse than Nintendo.
It's gonna be a pound town. They've got the government in the middle. They've got Nintendo. They've got Nintendo and the Pokemon Company on one side, and whatever record label on the right.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fight for the ages, I guess.
The only thing that could make it worse is if they somehow get Disney and it becomes like a triangle attack of sorts.
Disney was kind of involved. Like every company is getting involved. Disney owns a portion of ABC, which with Jimmy Kimmel kind of thing. So Disney lost like $4 billion, nearly $4 billion off their. I think that's what caused a little bit of the reversal of the ban of Jimmy.
Of course, yes.
That. So
the only thing these companies understand is money.
Money and then potential for protecting their IPs, right? And so,
which coincides with money, of course.
Of course, but I think with Nintendo in Japan, I think it's also a control aspect. I think there is money involved, but I also think it's this is my thing. You're touching our thing. We're gonna go after you. They don't like to lose control of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine Nintendo feels a need to fight this. Like, it's not just a want or maybe an even opportunity to sue the government for money. It's a need, because if Homeland Security gets away with it, at some point, other people will too.
What a weird timeline we're in. That this is the ads we're getting.
Yeah, we were thinking about making this the headliner topic, and then the video title would be, well, the video title could still be, Nintendo v. Department of Homeland Security.
Nintendo versus America.
Nintendo versus America.
Who will win?
Rated E for everyone. Ages 10 and
Yeah.
up.
I don't know, man. I think there's gonna be a lot of cussing in that court. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good drama. They'll be making drama movies and TV shows from this for years to come.
Yeah, it'll be like The Social Network. Which, by the way, they're making a sequel to now. They've actually greenlit it.
I hope they make Zuckerberg the enemy, because he's essentially lived long enough to become the enemy.
Yeah,
Frickin'
well,
sellout.
He's not. Well, Jesse Eisenberg's not going to be Mark Zuckerberg this time,
because he doesn't want to be the enemy.
Yeah, so the sequel's going to be called The Social Reckoning.
Yeah.
So you can already tell by that title that it's not going to paint Zuckerberg in a positive light.
Billionaires, man. Yeah. The original was a pretty good movie, actually.
I really like that movie. I wish they would have made the sequel a little sooner, and also kept Jesse Eisenberg. But honestly, I don't think I've seen him in a movie since he was in Batman v Superman as Lex Luthor.
I don't think so. He drops in and out of movies. Yeah, he's an interesting actor. No, but so with Nintendo teaming up maybe with some record labels, maybe we'll have multiple companies start to get together on this, because I don't think the government arms, this is the first time to have this happen in the government arms, to utilize IP that they're not licensed to. So maybe we will be seeing a team up, but in the meantime, it's unlikely, but I'm shocked because Nvidia is so big now, but we have a new team up going on. Nvidia and Intel are announcing a jointly developed Intel x86 RTX SoC for the PCs with NVIDIA graphics, also custom NVIDIA data center processors. They're essentially going to be taking on AMD's APUs.
Did you just say SoC?
SoCs. SoCs.
I've never heard anyone say SoCs and not just say SoCs.
Really? Oh, yeah. People say SoCs sometimes. I do, at least.
Yeah, when I'm referring to the socks that go on your feet, maybe.
There's a lot of things that sound similar to other things. It's fun. It's fun to say socks.
People no one acronyms should stay acronyms and not as words.
Nah.
No one says JPEG.
JPEG. I say JPEG.
That is true.
Touché.
People do say it. You got me there.
People say it all the time. Socks is a thing that people do say. I like to say it because it's fun.
No one says atom.
Atom?
ATM. Like an atom,
Yeah, but
like an atom machine.
if it had an O in it, maybe. But like socks, this is the SOC. Like you can say socks. It works.
All right, fine, whatever, man. Let's get to the topic at hand.
Do you want to go over this one?
So Intel got a hefty investment from Nvidia, about 5 billion. So now parts of Intel are with the White House and with a SoftBank, and now Nvidia. Did you know Nvidia tried to buy ARM from SoftBank many years ago? Remember that?
Yep.
And the UK blocked that because that was like their only like processor company, even though they only make designs and license them. ARM.
Yeah, it blocked. Well, I mean, Nvidia is so massive, like it's becoming
Competitive.
anti-competitive. It's becoming monopolistic. So
Yeah.
I mean, all these companies, we have multi-trillion-dollar companies now. I think we're way past the monopoly kind of side of
but
things.
like the government doesn't care about monopolies. They let Google keep their monopoly, obviously.
I know. Well, they're supposed to. We have a bunch of anti-monopoly laws and stuff, but when you get so big and you can pay people off, do you actually have a government at that point? Oh well.
I wish
But
they could pay us off. Give me a cool billion and we'll never talk about this again. We'll disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say I'd
have to.
I'll say we won't talk about it again, but then like maybe like a few weeks down the line we'll start talking about it again. But anyways, the AMD APU was uniquely AMD's market. Nothing really came close to the offerings AMD was offering, at least until now. Well, the product doesn't exist yet. The Nvidia Intel APU doesn't exist yet. It's still
I'm
in production.
shocked. Do you think Nvidia will potentially eat up Intel? Because Intel is not doing well. And I'm wondering if this is going to be the start of something to where they just acquire them.
I could see that being the case.
It would make sense on Intel's side. It's got the backing from the government in a very socialistic way, which is interesting. It's I'm as far as from like a ethical standpoint, I don't like this because Nvidia I think is kind of fucking us all over with their prices and their competitive nature. But at the same time, I'm kind of ready to have just like 2 or 3 really good APUs out there that fight against each other. Got Nvidia, Intel, got AMD's APUs, and then I'd love to see Mac enter with their ARM chips because they have really good APUs also.
Or Snapdragon, or like Qualcomm.
Qualcomm, yes, but man, I'd like to. I don't know.
But
I just know that the M chips from Apple are so good. They really could just outsource those to like.
They could,
gaming.
but they won't because that's their secret sauce. No one would buy a Mac if you could just buy an M4 and use them in anything. To be honest.
Well, I don't think they're going to sell. Like you can't buy these. Well, it depends on how they're selling these APUs, but some like the Z2 Extreme, you can't buy that on its own and then put it into anything. It is a custom chip that is soldered on to a main board for mobile devices. So, is this going to be a standalone? Do you know?
We don't really know much about it. It's still very much early stages as per Nvidia. But I suspect Nvidia wants Intel because Intel still like owns their own fabs. And I think that's always been Nvidia's dream to have their own like fabrication company to like make their own chips. That way they don't have to rely on TSMC, but honestly, man, I think Intel's fabs are kind of behind compared to TSMC's, are they not?
They are, and Intel every year Intel is getting like they've been living off of what they've developed over like a decade ago. They're still living off that. They're eventually going to die out if they don't get a resurgence in some of their tech.
This is what happens when a company like Intel is complacent for 10 years because AMD was more or less dormant. They just don't improve. and thankfully AMD hasn't hit that point yet.
AMD went a different direction, and they weren't as competitive in the desktop graphics department. And I don't think people realize how successful AMD's been because they have essentially become the console and handheld APU.
Yes.
No one can compete against it right now.
Yes, but you know what would be really nice? If, they see this APU, they see that Nvidia and Intel are trying to go into what is essentially their market, and then and then AMD goes back into the high end, back into competing with like the 5090 or 6090 or whatever, like goes deep into there and offers it for a price that doesn't suck.
I think they're starting to get to that point. I don't think they have the tech to push their cards that high. So I think they've invested so much in the low to mid market on APUs and graphics that I just don't know. They might be ramping up because they do have I think they have some of the cash and to do that. But
well, I feel like
we are seeing some new cards come out though.
Yeah,
that are a little bit more higher end. That I think the next one coming out is going to be matching more of the 5080, if I'm not mistaken. So
what's that one going to be called? The 70, the 90.
Is it the 7990 or am I?
No, I think no, because we had the 9700 XT earlier.
Oh, so it's 90. Oh my god, I really want them to change the naming convention again.
Oh, 9070, not 9700. Sorry. It's like one digit off. Hey, maybe they'll make a 9080 XT.
I think they're making something to compete, from my understanding. But
yeah,
we'll
so
have
the
to cover
rumor
that
for
next week.
For the 9080 XT is up to 32 gigabytes of GDDR7 VRAM.
Yep, that's pretty awesome.
AMD, please save us. The only reason Nvidia can get away with this is because their chart is because you're not in the high end anymore, like right now.
Yeah, part of that is competition. Here's my thing: I don't mind capitalism when you have competition. I like competition because it can drive, like, healthy competition can help drive stuff to be better, to be a little cheaper. Obviously, it can get a little too cheap to where you start using slave labor, but whatever. But
it's a whole can of worms.
Nvidia just has been getting away with their prices for how many? 5 years now? 6 years? Like, they are out of control. And so having AMD come back in would, which they were starting to, and they're doing well, coming back in, they do even better. And so I don't know. Maybe we'll see a resurgence of AMD not focusing so much on APUs now that they've got that kind of lockdown and going back into the high end more and more.
Yeah, because I mean, this looks like a direct threat to what AMD is innovated on, and Nvidia's graphics still has a fair bit of hype, even though they're way overpriced. I could see people wanting this Intel Nvidia chip over an AMD APU, and I think AMD recognizes that their graphics. Yeah. I mean, their APUs are very good, but it's because it's one package, right?
Yep.
But, this is going to be one package as well. And it's got NVIDIA RTX graphics, which people tend to prefer. And
I'll say this right now. NVIDIA has the best graphics platform and tech right now. If you're going to go into high end, it just does. What they're able to do with Switch 2, even though I feel like it's a little behind, the Switch 2 is still a pretty powerful beast. And they'll probably be using some. I'm kind of curious if that architecture is going to be used on this, like a similar architecture that's being used on the Switch, because that's usually paired with ARM. ARM. I always want to say Atom, but ARM. Yeah.
I feel like for this one, that's going to be slightly newer.
Yeah.
But anyways, AMD, just come back. Save us from the horrible nightmare that is Nvidia's pricing, man. Imagine if they made a 5090 level card for only $1,000. I'm not sure if it's possible.
I don't think it's possible because they're charging like what $600 for their mid range, and so maybe it could be possible. Here's another part of what Nvidia does though. I think that's a little. I think they have the best, but technically, it is not the best without a lot of caveats, and that is they just pump a bunch of fucking power into their chips that's able to handle it, right? Like
Yeah.
the 40 and 50 series is just tons of power being pumped into it. It's not actually like true improvements on the chips themselves, which it is, but it's paired with just, okay, we'll throw more power at this thing.
It works.
And it works, except for, guess what's going up in cost? At least here on the West Coast. In California, here in Utah, power bills are going up by like 50%. So to have an Nvidia chip, like to pay like $2,000 and then just to have to pay another $2,000 every year to just run that thing.
Yeah, I am curious how they're going to do this, because one of the other benefits of it having an APU is, power efficiency.
Yeah.
And I wonder what's going to happen with the power efficiency of this APU.
It will be interesting too. Like, are they going to pack this into some handhelds? I'm assuming, because it says right here, like, the new initiative says it's going to be a multi-generational and will encompass not only data centers but also standard consumer PCs such as laptops, which is, okay, cool. I have a feeling that we'll also be getting some handheld updates because we do have some Intel handhelds, right, with the Claw, which is also doing some AMD APUs too. But I think Intel just doesn't have a good reputation for their graphics division, which is unfortunate because I've heard like it's getting better and better. It's just I don't trust it enough for me to personally get one. And then on top of that, let's say the Nvidia Intel comes out, like for the Steam Deck community and Steam OS, like it's a no-show until Nvidia improves their Linux drivers. AMD is like king for handhelds, so it'll be interesting to see what other things kind of come out of this Nvidia Intel not merger, but it could be
Investment.
a pretense. It's an investment. It could be a pretense to also be in a merger too in the future. So this might be able to be what they get away with.
It's going to be interesting too, because Intel owns like half of the patents for the x86 spec. And it's going to be interesting to see them have to play fair ball, because AMD owns the x64 portion of that, and it's cross-licensed. So if Nvidia does a foul play, I wonder what'll happen.
I really hate that these are still patented at this point, but whatever. The x86 is so old now. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's going to be interesting, but you know what's more interesting?
What is?
Because we probably won't see the Nvidia Intel stuff for a little while, but is people saying that the PS5 is the most successful generation, and I don't know if I believe it.
Yeah, so this was actually revealed to us by Mr. Hideaki Nishino, CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
He says specifically that Sony Games and Network Services, which includes SIE, it's generated 136 billion in sales during the PS5 generation, 2020 onwards. This surpasses the sales made during the reign of all previous Sony consoles, making PS5 the quote-unquote most successful generation to date. In comparison, they made 107 billion during the PS4 generation. But this claim is kind of misleading as well, because this also includes, because this like 2020 onwards also includes like people buying PS4s during that time as well.
Yeah.
So
it's very misleading. In both inflation has just skyrocketed. That if they don't have like a conversion scale for that, which I don't think they are, what this is a sales tactic to say, hey, see, we're more successful than ever. We're not backing down from these prices. We're going to continue increasing our prices. And they're getting away with it. Like the PS4 5 Pro is in my opinion, an egregious price. At least before the tariffs, it was an egregious price. Now it's like, okay, cost of doing business, I guess, of living in America.
Well, the price went up too on the PS5 Pro, so it's not
did.
unaffected. It's not unaffected.
But it's not unaffected, but the tariffs, I believe, are much higher than what those price hikes are. So,
well, maybe there'll be another price hike to accommodate. Who knows?
Just like Xbox,
How many times has Xbox raised the prices this generation? Twice, thrice?
3 times.
Thrice, man, that's crazy.
It is very crazy.
So
it's not looking good to be like a high. I have a feeling that a lot of the stuff's going to hurt their sales in the long run, because I think people are going to hold on to previous generation game systems and hardware as much as they can. And another reason for PC gaming to be, I do like the simplicity of my PlayStation, and someone that has kids and stuff, it makes it easier for me now. But there's some games, like I'd probably buy a PS6, but at the end of the day, I know that my computer, my 3090, yeah, it's old now, but it's going to keep on running games really well for the next few years. So,
well, the other thing too is that people are starting to want more older and older games. I mean, look at what happened with they call it the remake generation or the remastered generation. And I mean, it's totally true. I mean, we were going to talk about this later, but like, have you seen the trailer for the new Deus Ex remaster?
Yes.
Honestly, I think the remaster looks butt ugly, but I mean, it's people want to play their old games on their new hardware.
I think some of it looks better, the environment, but the characters look so egregious.
It's insane. Like, I mean, and that's the thing too. We're going to be doing a lot of I mean, that's what's really important, the character models. But I mean,
they were not pretty before though. So
they were
it's
not
one of those
pretty
things.
Before, but man, it just looks even more uncanny. Like, I could have forgiven it because it's like the 2000s graphics, but like this is a 2025 or 2026 remaster that's supposed to come out like soon. They couldn't have made it a little better looking, or give it like Night Dive, who would have made the game look like way better.
It's really hard because with games like that, it actually holds up pretty well. Deus Ex is a very and when I say that is that when you play it nowadays, it has a lot of clarity to it. It doesn't feel very the textures don't feel very like
Dated,
poor. You can see things long distance. Like, there's a lot that it holds up to. Slapping on just a couple of new textures or upraising the textures, it really isn't like that much of a upgrade. I'd like to see them do a remake, honestly. Like Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex is an amazing game, and I'd like to see them do a remake. I'm for remakes more than I am for remasters typically. I don't think remasters really do enough for me.
My thing with remakes is that they're oftentimes presented as a total replacement for the old game. I mean, let's look at some of the more successful remakes we've had, like Persona 3 remake. There are some Persona fans that will not touch the original PS2 game, even though no, we don't actually have the original PS2 version on Steam. We have the PSP port of that game on Steam, and anyways, they won't touch the old version of the game because I could just get the new version, right? Like, no, but they play pretty differently.
Yeah.
And
it's okay. Like,
yeah,
for me, I don't like playing older games if I have the option to have better controls and some other stuff in it. Like, I'm one of those guys. Like, I won't. Dead Space is a little different. I will go back and play the original, but if I have the Dead Space remake, which to be honest is a very phenomenal remake, it did not change a whole lot. It only changed like 2 areas that gamers hated already. So they just improved the game while improving sound quality, graphics, redoing a lot of things. If companies do that, I will use that as the my go-to, and maybe every once in a while I'll go back and play the original.
I don't know. There's just a lot, but the point I'm trying to get into is that PC gaming has that near infinite backwards compatibility with not just like older PC games. Sometimes they may not work as intended, but there are ways around to fixing that. AKA, you could run like DOSBox if you wanted to, or there are patches. You know, GOG sometimes implements like patches that are made available to everyone like for free and fixes for various older titles to get them working on modern systems too. Or you can do that yourself in case the game's not sold on GOG or sold at all. Heck, you can even play games that aren't sold at all, that aren't sold anymore on these older PCs. And, you know, obviously that kind of skirts the line between piracy. But if they're not being sold anywhere, then what other option do you really have besides, you know,
I agree with preservation is key. If you're not going to offer it, then it's fair game.
Yeah, so
I hate to say it, but
yeah, so PC gaming, I know a lot of people think of PC gaming as like this bougie platform where everyone's playing like the highest end games with the highest graphics, max ray tracing, max resolution, 4K, 144 hertz, or I guess actually higher than 144 hertz now, but like multi-$1,000 PCs. But let me present another part of PC gaming that no one really talks about. The game preservation aspect. So, like I said, you could play older PC titles, or hold on, excuse me, sorry. Or you could, in fact, play like Nintendo games on your PC via emulation, especially in an era where older systems are hard to come by. Like you're finding less and less like NESs or Super Nintendos or N64s out in the wild. So yeah, if you want the ultimate game preservation platform, there's no better platform than PC. And I believe there will be no better platform than PC, ever.
it just has so many options. So yeah, I agree. PC gaming, PC platform is like the ultimate platform. And then I think for ease of use, like I'm not against consoles for some like some people. It's just PC gaming can get a little too...
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But consoles have been losing that ease of access more and more. It literally used to just be plug your console into your TV, plug in the power, stick your game in, turn it on, and it launches, right? Like, that's as simple as can be. But now you have to plug in your system, set up your Wi-Fi password, or use Ethernet, update your system out of the box, and then stick your Blu-ray in your PS5 or 6, install the game, install any patches that you need.
Sometimes just download the game. You don't even install it from the disc.
Yeah, sometimes the disc doesn't even have the game on it. Yeah. And then you log into the game, and sometimes the game will prompt you for like a login, and you have to log in using your like email credentials with your controller, I should mention. Where's the simplicity in that?
So you still have to do a lot of the same stuff with PC.
Yes.
The difference is with a console, you can almost be guaranteed to expect the performance to be consistent. If it does not perform well and other people's do like of the PS, let's say a PS5, yours does not play well. Something's wrong. That's your PlayStation, and usually it's under warranty. You go replace it. The ease of like for me personally, like as I'm getting more and like getting older, like I have Macs for my work. I like the idea of the consoles being easy for me to just pop in certain types of games and just playing. That being said, I still play mostly on PC, but I've always been a console PC hybrid gamer just because less exclusives are coming to the console. So I play consoles less, but there's still a nostalgia in there for me. Booting up my PS5.
It makes sense, which is why I think platforms like the Steam Deck and yes, even the ROG Xbox Ally X's are important, be they $1,000, because they are standardized hardware. Same reason too. If your Xbox Ally X performs better than mine and mine doesn't perform as well, then I probably have a defective unit, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
and so you return it.
Yes.
So that is the nice thing about the handheld movement, is that it's bridging and what I think Valve's kind of trying to do with a lot of their devices that they're working on right now is bridging that PC gaming with console gaming. And you can still eject, like in the Steam Deck, you can still eject into the desktop and have a fully running desktop. But you can have a console-like experience on the PC, and you can go back and play PC. Like I got a game working from the late 90s on it, you know?
I think your PC is just haunted with the ghost of 90s gaming.
Oh,
that was the worst segue we've had, probably.
Nah, this is going to be an interesting one. Let's go into this next topic. Go for a high tech, because I really don't know much about this one. This one sounds interesting, though.
Kojima is developing a new game called OD Knock in partnership with Microsoft for the Xbox. And one of the things Kojima said that he wanted to scan a ghost for the first time and put it in his game somehow. But apparently they scanned I guess what it is they scanned the recording booth that they were in, and they must have caught like footage of a ghost or like audio of a ghost or some crap like that. And so this scared Kojima, and Kojima went to a temple with Microsoft to try to like pray that they can safely build the game without it being haunted by ghosts.
Well, we're gonna have a new Ghost of Tsushima kind of thing going on here, right?
Yeah, there were no ghosts. There was a surprising amount of lack of ghosts in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
Whether it's
almost like he's the ghost, or almost like a ghost.
You know what they call those guys though? Ninjas, not ghosts.
I know. But it sounds cooler to say ghost, like ninja of yeah. I don't know. Replacing ghosts.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that's just what you get is Ninja Gaiden. I like this concept. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, I think they're going to record something, and it's going to end up. They're like, "See, this is a ghost," and it's going to be in some farting or something like that in the booth. They just didn't. They didn't want to admit that they farted.
You mean like what they do with the Ghostbusters? Well, not Ghostbusters. Sorry, I'm thinking of the other show where like they're trying to find ghosts, and they
Ghost
have
Hunters.
Infrared. Yeah, Ghost Hunters. I always get confused with Ghostbusters because who are you going to call?
Very different. I'm going to call Ghostbusters, not Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, maybe Kojima should have done that instead of going to a shrine. Well, no, I think a shrine could help. He's dealing with Japanese. He's dealing with Japanese ghosts.
He's going to be better off at a shrine.
Yeah.
No, this is honestly very silly, and I don't think nothing's going to come of this, personally. I don't think so. But it is still going to be a fun story. They'll still have something that's going to be like a weird noise that's probably going to be just creaking or something like that. This is how the ghost hunting always goes, is that there's weird stuff that happens, but it's always so subtle that it could be numerous amounts of other things. And they'll say that's what it is. He's not going to get an award for it because I think it's silly, but I think it is going to be interesting.
Dude, Kojima predicted the rise of AI and social media and all that stuff in Metal Gear Solid 2. He's going to make ghosts real. If they weren't real before, they're going to be real now.
All I got to say is if he's hiring a bunch of just random people, do not go work for him because he's probably going to make ghosts out of you.
He's going to turn you into a ghost.
Exactly.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'd be tempted to do it. I'd be in a Kojima game.
You're going to die. You're tempted to die.
No, I'm tempted to be in a Kojima game where I can.
Oh, well,
maybe he's coming with a way to like separate my like corporeal spirit from my body, and I can just go back into my spirit when I'm done, my body when I'm done. Kind of like
maybe.
Kind of like Bleach.
Yeah, working off Bleach physics here. Okay, it's.
Let's see.
I think it's interesting. I'm curious to see what they come up with, and I'm curious to see if it's going to be some like new tech because he's a very eccentric person. So I have a feeling he'll get something, but I don't know if it's going to be anything like.
Personally,
real.
I think Kojima should have saved this for October because October's spooky month.
Well, we're getting into it. This is like the start of Spooky Month, and so
I mean,
I want to see him do a bunch of videos on this. I'd watch the hell out of that. It started a YouTube channel on this. I'll watch the hell of it out of him trying to record ghosts for his game.
dude, who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe he will prove the existence of ghosts. What's next? What's next? He's gonna go out there and record Bigfoot in like a high definition camera instead of those really crappy stills that people tend to take of Bigfoot.
Let's just say, if Bigfoot was real, we would already have real evidence. So
Kojima will make him real. Let's just say that.
well, I don't know. He's not like super villain enough, but I'm waiting for maybe he'll team up with a company that's truly super villain-esque. Like maybe Nintendo wants to make a Bigfoot game, and then we'll.
Or maybe they could hire the guy that made the Human Centipede.
Oh God,
That's super villain enough.
yeah, it's pretty super villain. Like I don't. We're already on track to have a lot of super villains this year, or this like decade. So I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I feel like anyone that's a billionaire that's in a tech company is becoming super villain-esque. So, you know, I might be eating my words soon. Maybe they will be making ghosts soon.
dude,
I just hope I'm not one of them.
don't worry, man. If you become a ghost, I'll avenge you.
Okay, please do.
Dude, we'll be the new Avengers.
The new Avengers. I just don't want my spirit to be trapped in a video game where I have to relive the same thing over and over again.
Well, you would be in a Kojima game. It could be worse. You could be trapped in a bad video game forever.
It's gonna be a walking simulator. I'm just gonna be a ghost that's forced to walk and walk and walk.
Apparently, OD is going to be kind of like a PT, which I haven't played, actually. I had a PS4 during then. I don't know why I'd never downloaded the demo for PT. But, yeah.
I did. PT was awesome.
Well, now I kind of have to live through... I might have to borrow your PS4, dude.
I'd have to make sure it's still on there, but yeah.
Maybe I will. Maybe.
It's really good. Like, honestly, but there's been so many clones. Like, even Goat Simulator 3 has a PT clone in it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I don't know if you played that game. My kids love it. But there is a house, if you go into it, you get stuck in it, and it's in a rotation just like PT. So it's a parody on PT, which is, I think, hilarious and awesome. But
yeah. So, yeah. Also, Kojima, during his little expo at Tokyo Game Show, he announced Fizzant. He announced some members of it, some of the cast members. I don't remember the actors' names, but people were speculating on whether or not Kojima, Robert Pattinson was going to be the star of Kojima's new, like, tactical espionage action game, Fizzant. And apparently that's not coming out till 2030, so... yeah, PS6 game, probably.
how many more years do we have of him? Like, he's, what, in his 60s?
Yeah, but I mean, I think Miyamoto's 70 and he's still active, right?
True.
Yeah.
True. We have a few more years left. A couple more of these games. Come on, bring them out.
Well, I mean, Kojima made a flash drive full of his game ideas that he knows he's probably not going to live long enough for.
I should do that. I'm going to do that. Mine's going to not be worth as much, but I should do that. I have plenty of ideas. Doesn't mean they're good.
Dude, just make a copy of them and sell them and send them to every single game company in existence.
Yeah, but then I'm not going to be like, they're just going to do it and not give me credit at all.
Dude, they're going to do it and not give you credit anyways.
Well, it might change. It might be changing. We might be having a tide of changes with this next item of news, with EA being sold for $50 billion, meaning it is going to become privatized. In the sense of, like, privatized isn't the right word, but it's going to become private. It's going to stop being on the stock market, I believe, right? So,
I mean, you're the one that put this topic up. You know more about it than I do.
I did. I'll be honest. I don't think there's a lot of information on this quite yet, but yes, $50 billion for EA. Who's going to buy EA? Reportedly, a private equity firm, Silver Lake, and Saudi Arabia. Oh God. Okay, well, this is bad news now. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund will be part of a group of investors, but this buyout could leave EA liable for debt should EA's income not be suffice.
which is
Toys R Us suffered a similar fate, right?
yeah. This is interesting though because EA apparently has been on the downturn ever since they lost the FIFA license. I mean, they still have the NFL night license, but really American football is only popular in the West, whereas FIFA is popular everywhere.
Yeah,
and they
lost. EA is losing a lot. Like both EA and a bunch of these other big top companies are not doing well, I don't think.
Yeah, Ubisoft's not doing well, but we don't see them. But the French would never.
Blizzard.
The French would never sell Ubisoft to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure of it.
No, they're too proud.
Yeah.
Which, they just need to get their shit together. Start creating more games like they've come out this year with.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, man.
Remember how people were so scared of Tencent and NetEase and all of them because they were Chinese?
Yeah. I feel like Saudi Arabia might be worse.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know for certain. I'd hate to like put this all on one country because it makes it sound political, but also because you never really know for certain because, we're not Saudi Arabian, nor do we live in Saudi Arabia.
I agree, but their track record is not great. So I'm going to go after their track record and how they're... So, like, social rights, social aspects with both China and Saudi Arabia are not great on a lot of things. That's what I go after.
Right.
So are they going to be acquiring this stuff and then trying to inject... Like, China's pretty good at, like, not getting too involved in some of this when it's outside of China. When it's inside of China, they do a lot of censorship. Saudi Arabia is a little bit different of a beast. They know that oil is going to be drying up. Literally, it will dry up. Oil has a limited lifespan.
Yeah, a finite supply.
And so I know Saudi Arabia and a bunch of these other oil-rich countries are divesting into technology and a bunch of other things, which I think is really smart. But damn, I'm wondering when that, like, they're going to invest to a point to where they own enough to where they're like, okay, we're going to now start influencing you based on what we think is right.
50 million is no small sum. So there's a good chance
50 billion is definitely not.
So there's a good chance that might be enough already, to be honest. We don't know anything though. This is still potential.
It's still in the works.
And we don't know how much of it is Saudi Arabia's 50 million versus Silver Lake or whatever.
True.
But that's only two of the investors actually that we know of for sure. We don't know how many more investors there could be. So it could be that Saudi Arabia's influence on EA is not nearly as high.
Okay, here I will eat my words, and maybe I need to go get good with Saudi Arabia. If EA is acquired and they come out with Dead Space 2 and 3 remake and a 4, like a new Dead Space game, then I might actually submit to this because I really want those games, and I'm willing to sell out pretty far to get those games.
I remember when people were saying that about Deus Ex. They were okay with Embracer buying, was it Eidos? Or Crystal Dynamics or whatever? Yeah, from Square Enix. And they announced they were making a new Deus Ex, and then they shelved the final game in the Adam Jensen trilogy.
I know it could still. I still have hope that it could come back. I love Deus Ex games, by the way, but I don't love them nearly as much as the Dead Space series. And the Dead Space series, I feel like, is an IP that, like, if you don't, you just have to give it. Like, you just need a smaller team. They already have the engine remake, the remake engine. And just throw them. It's a passion project. You're going to make double, triple, quadruple the money back. Just don't overinflate the budget.
Dude,
these big companies love doing that.
A Dead Space movie would be kind of killer, though. I mean, it basically is kind of like Alien almost, like in terms of mood. So they can just make it like Alien, but like with the with like the necromorphs.
You're not wrong. It is a little bit more action-packed because you're a badass engineer in space with a space laser. So, like, you have a lot more arsenal to fight off
I'm sure
these creatures. And to be fair, Necromorphs versus xenomorphs are very like necromorphs are definitely much scarier, even though xenomorphs are actually pretty freaky themselves. But yeah, we could go deep into this lore.
I'm sure they could take some liberties and make it a little scarier by making him a little less badass in the movie.
Oh, it's already pretty freaky. They just have to show everyone else, like all the blobs, the babies and stuff. Like it can get pretty freaky. They do have an anime version of Dead Space, and that one's pretty good. Mm. So they already kind of got a movie. It's just I would like to
a live action movie though.
I would, but at the same time, it's got to be not like Borderlands.
We shall see, man. That was a crazy. I don't know how they managed to like approve that cast. That is a crazy cast.
They got a famous cast. They did not need to get a famous cast. You cast type, like you get certain people that fit the mold of both like how their character is and also how they visually look. I don't think it would have been hard. I think it would have been much better if they would have gone with a unknown cast for Borderlands. Dead Space, he's in a helmet half the time. All they don't need an A-list or like the most famous person to do it, and that would ruin it. They just need someone that is decent.
I think Carl Urban would be Clark. I think Carl Urban would be a good pick.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he was in that. Have you seen Dredd? Like Judge Dredd, the one he was.
I have not. It's on my list.
You should watch it. It's really good. He's in the mask the whole time. You never see his face.
You'll see Isaac Clarke in parts and his face and stuff like that, but not as much.
Yeah, so I think if they wanted to go the route of you never see his face, I think Carl Urban is definitely not the type to be like, oh, you have to show my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really comes down to, like, he is very, because the whole thing with the necromorphs is that they have like psionic attacks along with like, so it can really mess with your brain on how you think, and you'll hallucinate and stuff like that. So
that'll be interesting to see.
The acting has to be done in a way that they kind of seem a little crazy.
Well,
so,
he's a good actor, so I can trust. If he were involved, I think we'd be in, as long as the director's good. Hopefully, maybe
I think it'd be better than if they got someone like
The Rock.
The Rock. Oh God, Doom. The Rock. Doom movie. What?
Oh, Carl Urban was in that movie too.
Yeah,
he was the other guy.
Yeah. I think he would do pretty good in there, as long as it's not The Rock or so whatever. And The Rock's slimming down, so he could definitely be an engineer now.
Is he slimming down? I think you're thinking of Dave Bautista.
No, they all are. If you go look at a new picture of The Rock, he is off the roids. I think ever since Hulk Hogan died. Let's see.
He doesn't look very. That doesn't look very slim.
These are old stuff. Let's see here. I probably wouldn't have anything new. I'm really.
All right. But
we're gonna be dive. Yeah, we're right here.
Oh,
that's him now. He's also getting older, but he's off the roids. Like, there's no way that he's the size he was and wasn't on
roids.
TRT.
Man. Yeah, well, I mean, thankfully, he's off the roids. You could really die.
Like, oh, yeah, it's really bad for your heart.
Yeah, so at that age, too. He's like 50 or 60, right?
He's in his 50s, yeah.
Yeah,
I think. He could be in his 60s now.
Yeah, but speaking of dying, you know what is dying?
Your favorite game ever?
Man, I used to play Destiny 2 a lot, so I can speak a lot about what's going on with Destiny 2. I haven't played the new expansion because I don't want to buy it. But basically, what it is Destiny 2 has lost 80% of its player base since the Edge of Fate launched. And there's a number of reasons as to why people left Destiny 2. First and foremost, the expansion before that, the Final Shape, was advertised as the end of the Light and Dark saga. Like everything from the very first Destiny all the way to the final Shape, that was the one story arc. Light and Dark, right? Like you've played Destiny 1, I'm sure you have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Destiny 1 and Destiny 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, that's like the big story arc that ended. So that was a lot of people's time to leave, including my time to leave. It was a 10-year saga. It was pretty cool. But the other major reason was that the Edge of Fate introduced a lot of reworks that people really didn't like. For example, the leveling system is all fucked up. It's punishing. It's an insane grind, according to many people, including streamers. A lot of streamers and content creators are leaving Destiny because, well, they're not interested anymore. Actually, very recently, earlier today, one of the top Destiny 2 raiders, and former World's First winner, Glad, announced that he's abruptly dropping the upcoming raid race for the epic version of the Desert Perpetual. And on top of that, it's just harder to get into the game. The game's never really had a good way to onboard new players, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's even harder now given all the reworks. And the grinding process is also quite difficult as well. Because, you know how in a typical video game you would get EXP, you just level up, and that's a deterministic amount of EXP depending on your farming routes and whatnot? In Destiny, your levels are based on your gear. And you're never guaranteed to get the gear drop you need to level up. Because it's based on the average of all of your gears put together. And that becomes a massive pain too, because you only get, increases in power in increments of 1. If you get those drops. And if it drops with a +1 power.
I really do I liked Destiny 1 and 2. I just didn't have a lot of people to play with during the time, and I was doing when Destiny 2 came out, I think I was deep into college and working full time. So
Yeah.
I didn't have any time. It is fun though, but the grind just killed me on it. I just couldn't get into it because the grinding was just too much.
I mean, that's kind of how it is, man, with these sorts of games. I mean, Borderlands
It is.
has some level of grinding, of course, but you never hear people complain about the grind in Borderlands.
Borderlands doesn't have that much grinding because it's a single player multiplayer type of game. It's a co-op game. So there's no point into trying to grind to get the best gear because you're not being too competitive with other people. You're just trying to finish the game in the most fun way possible, where Destiny 2 is just like any MMO kind of style. You grind for years even to get to be the best or to get the best gear. There's a very much different aspect in why you play the two games, but
yeah, but even a standard MMO, power gains leveling up is deterministic. You're never at the mercy of RNG to actually level up. That's the other thing too. So I think people are tired of it. They've been doing the same thing for 10 years. Every time a new season or a new expansion comes out, you gotta do old content, and people don't like that Bungie makes it so that you have to play old content multiple times over just to sometimes get access to the new content. That's the thing too. And I'm not too big on it at this point. I've been playing Destiny for years. I did a lot of PvP. I had a stupid degenerate build where I would use triple grenade launchers because I could. And one of them has primary ammo, so it's actually usable in PvP. You don't just run out of ammo after one shot. People hate it when I do that. It was disgusting. but I went to the lighthouse solo. So I did it.
There you go. I have a feeling these types of games just have a half-life almost. You can almost think of it as
a half-life.
You build. It's like a half-life of. I know it sounds weird, but an actual half-life, not Half-Life the game, where you build up. And then you get to its most popular point, and then it's going to slowly have itself down until it gets. You can look at the numbers here almost. It starts to really decrease. World of Warcraft is similar, where I don't think World of Warcraft is nearly as popular as it used to be, but it's been able to secure its base to where it survives to this day.
Yeah, I would imagine games like WoW would have died by now, like by like 10 years ago, to be honest. But it's amazing how games can have such staying power these days. So it's not a matter of inevitability; it's a matter of Bungie fucking things up.
Yeah,
And also,
well, that's a part of it.
And also, like,
I think
mass
WoW
layout.
is not doing like. I don't think WoW's ever going to be what it was. We'll see if WoW dies, but I could see WoW just drying up one day.
I mean, maybe one day, but like 10 years from now, 1 year from now, or maybe it'll happen tomorrow when Bungie makes a huge mistake and kills WoW forever. Heck, the whole like thing. Remember the whole issue with like Blitzchung and also like Free Hong Kong and all that stuff. That didn't kill Hearthstone or any of the games. That didn't kill anything. So
it did hurt it though. Blizzard is not doing good. I will say that right now. I think Hearthstone is not in its heyday. I don't know if there's a single game that Blizzard has that is. They're cash cowing it, meaning they still make a lot of money, but it is not what it used to be.
I don't know, man.
I love Blizzard, but
I think
they're just like the developers. In fact, it's good in comparison. They're just like the developers of Destiny. They are on their way out. I think they're just dying.
But let's
they're
look at a game
husks of what they used to be.
But let's look at a game that hasn't gone down in popularity at all. League of Legends.
Wait, is that what we're looking at next?
No, that's not what we're looking at next.
Oh, okay.
What's next? What's next isn't a game, but it's also something.
I was going to say.
Yeah, but like League of Legends is still very popular for some reason. I couldn't tell you why.
League of Legends is really good and doesn't change up the meta too much, but changes it up just enough. They've released new characters. I don't play it as much because I just didn't like the toxic. I just don't have anyone to play with. When I have people to play with, that's when I like to play League. But I don't think it's doing as well as its heyday either, but it is in a very steady cash cow period where it's not dying off anytime soon, and they haven't royally pissed off their players.
Yeah,
so.
and I'm sure, and I mean, they recognize that it's probably not going to be forever. That's why they've been trying to diversify the IP with a bunch of different game releases, including the upcoming fighting game, and also, Arcane too. Arcane was huge. Remember Arcane?
Arcane was like season 2 was definitely disappointing because they rushed it. These companies need to stop rushing things. It just hurts their IP. But
I bet it was Netflix. Yeah. All right, but yeah, I think it's time to talk about something else that died after 15 years. The spacecraft that carried Hatsune Miku fan messages to Venus.
Oh, that's right. Damn.
So for those who don't know, Japan has an aerospace program, and they had a little orbiter called Akatsuki. No relation to the Naruto villain. Naruto villain organized. It's a real word though. It means Red Dawn.
Yeah.
But I had to mention it. But anyways, so we haven't had contact with the probe since April of 2024, and unfortunately, we've lost it. It's been around for over half a decade. You know what its mission was? It was to have fans send little like Vocaloid handwritten notes and stuff to Venus and illustrations too. And it spent 8 years studying Venus's atmosphere. And Japan actually found some interesting scientific studies, better understanding of planetary sciences, such as Venus's super rotation. You know what that is?
Not necessarily. I could definitely guess what it is.
I'll tell you what it is. So the Earth's atmosphere takes around 270 plus days to rotate around the Earth, whereas Venus's takes around 3 to 4 Earth days for the whole atmosphere to rotate around the planet. So you can see them moving like pretty fast. It's almost like Jupiter's super gravity, super rotations. You can see Venus's like like we can see like Jupiter's atmosphere like shift in real time, whereas you don't really see it that much in like when you look at the Earth from outer space, right?
You have to do a time lapse. That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll say this to bring it back to Destiny a little bit. I think it was Venus, right? Like, it was so cool.
Venus was pretty cool.
Going to different planets in a first-person shooter like that in Destiny, I loved it. But yes, this is really cool too, and I completely forgot about this spacecraft.
Well, unfortunately, though, no one ever read the Hatsune Miku like or saw the artwork or saw the messages. No aliens saw Hatsune Miku. Imagine if that was like our first contact. And they just thought that all of us humans...
They weren't doing that for that. They were just... No. It was kind of a fun thing, right?
Yeah,
because there was no way there was going to be aliens on Venus out of all the places.
You never know, man.
It's so harsh.
You never know, man. They might have had life forms that are like impervious to whatever the fuck happens on Venus, the sulfur atmosphere.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's very unlikely, but maybe.
Maybe. Imagine if aliens' first contact with us was with like a Hatsune Miku like satellite. That would be hilarious.
It could either mean that they're going to conquer, like, look at this weak people, we're going to conquer them, or it's going to be like,
oh, look at these adorable people. We'll keep them as pets.
Ohayou gozaimasu, as they say, good morning.
Man. But yeah, that was just a little fun thing I wanted to throw on there. We might have had too many topics this week, but
it's definitely more fun than what's going on right now in some of the other parts that we talked about. This is really cool. I like this. We need to do a little bit more fun topics that I think to help maybe carve out some of the edginess that we have on this.
We should tell Gardner about this next week.
He might like it. Yeah.
All right.
But I don't think Gardner likes TikTok, but I don't think a lot of us do.
But I don't think he'll like this either, to be honest.
I don't think anyone's going to like this. The White House... yeah, so the White House says TikTok will be sold to a U.S. joint venture. After 4 deadline extensions to force the sale of TikTok, the U.S. is finally close to a sales agreement for massively popular video platform, a White House official said Monday. The deal will move TikTok's ownership to a U.S. joint venture compliant with the 2024 law forcing ByteDance, TikTok's corporate owner, to sell the app or else face a ban in the U.S. A senior White House official said on the call with reporters speaking on the condition of the anonymity. The official said that the divestiture deal of is on its on its way to be finalized and has been approved by the Chinese government. The deal will reduce ByteDance's ownership to less than 20% as required by law, which is crazy. The officials said that they expect ByteDance to sign a framework agreement. And so, like, we could continue going down this, but like, what this fails to kind of really showcase is who a lot of the investors are going to be. I don't know if you know who they are going to be, but we know of 3 or 4 potential ones. First and foremost, of course, the main confirmed one was Larry Ellison, the CEO of Oracle, who currently hosts TikTok's data in the U.S. Yep.
In addition to this, we also have Rupert and Lachlan Murdoch potentially being involved as well. And as you know, I think they own Fox, right? They just own Fox News, right?
Yeah.
And then
just to put a little bit of a spin on this, these are all going to be people that are very complacent to Trump, and Trump has recently tweeted out he wants, and this is not like conjecture, this is like stuff that he says directly. Trump, he's an open book, honestly. He wants TikTok to be a MAGA kind of universe kind of thing, which is.
Dude, TikTok is full of the opposite kinds of people to the MAGA game.
It has both. But don't get me wrong, TikTok was probably the reason why Trump won the election. TikTok is super popular with the youth, and Gen Z is a big part of why Trump won, actually. We could go into a lot of the reasons why that's the case. A lot of it is just their generation's getting fucked over, but at the end of it, TikTok being state owned and especially being a propaganda hand of just one party is crazy. And I mean, Fox News already is that. You can't argue that. I think anyone that's trying to argue that Fox News is anything but a propaganda arm is living in a delusional dream. But, and don't get me wrong, I don't think that's a bipartisan thing. I think the left also has some of theirs too, but TikTok man.
Yo, so also Michael Dell of Dell is going to be part of this as well, supposedly. Potentially. But hey, apparently Mr. President is looking for more investors who are patriotic and love America. So if you're an investor who loves TikTok dances and you're a God-fearing American, then I guess you can invest in TikTok. I mean, I wouldn't.
This could end up killing TikTok. I'm kind of hoping, but you know, some people get a kind of. I mean, TikTok's a very addictive platform. It has very dark patterns, and so it might be hard for people to get away from this. But, yeah, it's not looking very good for the social media of our country. I don't think they're going to fix the dark patterns. I think Fox News is some of the originators of what dark patterns we have nowadays with its scare tactics and going after bombastic, just being very bombastic and scaring people into wanting to continue watching. I don't know. If I was someone that like used TikTok a lot, I'd hate this. I don't want it to be owned by a bunch of billionaires per se that are kind of piecing it apart. I just want it to be kind of bipartisan. I just want it to be like a bipartisan.
A neutral
platform.
party, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know for certain because the Chinese government hasn't approved of it yet. So we shall see if they approve of ByteDance selling it or just banning it in the U.S. I would not object to banning it in the U.S., to be honest.
I would not object to it either. I actually bring it on. I don't think it's going to happen because they've already kowtowed to Trump's demands up to this point, and they've been very favorable to Trump.
ByteDance has, but I don't know if the Chinese has. But I don't know about the Chinese government.
Yeah, I think
any agreement with TikTok has to be signed by the Chinese government as well.
I agree with it. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens because you're not wrong. Like it could just be China bans it, and I'm kind of hoping for that. As much as I don't want people to lose their choice in their social media, I don't think TikTok, even though we do have TikTok stuff with off the console, it's just we kind of have to. We kind of, just to get exposure, we have to be on all the platforms.
We have a TikTok?
We do have a TikTok.
This is the first I've heard of this. Does Gardner know you have a TikTok? We have a TikTok?
Yes.
What?
You need to pay attention to the Discord because I have mentioned multiple times in the past when I was creating it that I created a TikTok. I created a TikTok, an Instagram. We have a YouTube, and I think we have an X, but I don't know. But yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm done. I mean, I'm done with TikTok. Maybe we can just VPN into Europe and then keep uploading our TikToks there.
VPN into TikTok. That's interesting.
In case we ever needed to grow, of course.
Of course.
But speaking of VPNing to places, I kind of want to VPN back into Japan. And by VPN, I mean actually travel to Japan again. I kind of wish I went to Japan not when it was like the hottest week of the year. Because, man, that was... The time I went was like insane. It was record-breaking heats in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, you went at a very hot period.
And it was my brother that planned it too. And dare I say, poor planning, but yeah, whatever.
Good tickets. I bet it was better ticket prices than around Tokyo Game Show, though.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure of it, dude. I'm sure of it. But I would have killed to go to Tokyo Game Show. But anyways. So, we got a number of different announcements. Not a lot of major announcements from the big companies, but we have like a list of 80 titles. They call it the TGS, the Indie 80. A list of 80 indie games that are being showcased here. And I mean, a lot of them are games that are already announced. but a lot of them are also interesting looking games too. Click on one that you see might be interesting looking just from the like art.
I'm sorry. None of these look that interesting because they all look very similar to
other indies.
Yeah.
Go to page 2.
Like some of them could be interesting. It's just without seeing the gameplay, I'm kind of over artwork.
Well, the cool thing is you can click on like a game and then you can see.
Okay.
Fear.
You got fear.
Oh, no,
We've seen this one already. I've
Oh,
mentioned this,
man.
I think, in the past. It's just a Silent Hill mixed with FIFA 98. Use your enemies' heads as balls, use knives, and summon demons. The very first survival horror soccer simulator. I love survival horror, so like this is interesting. I don't expect it to be good at all. I mean, look at that, the artwork.
Dude, you have to get it, dude.
I know. When does it come out? Wait, it's going to be on Nintendo Switch too? Damn. That's crazy.
So according to Steam, it's coming out coming soon, so no release date.
So yeah. I mean,
it's kind of a whack.
When your cover art could be better done by AI, that's not a good thing.
I mean, I think that's just the charm of the game, though.
I agree, though. I also agree with that. Like the art, like it is eye-catching, but then you look deep into it, and you're like, oh gosh. Interesting times we live in.
Yeah, so there is one game that looks vaguely interesting, and it's a mecha game in page 2.
Oh, in page 2, okay.
And it's called 34 Everlast. As you can see here, there are no mechs in the cover art for some reason. But if you look at this, 34 Everlast.
Oh yeah,
it's right.
Yeah,
beside
it doesn't look like a mech game.
But if you go to the Steam page, you see. Actually, it might not be a mecha game, but it looks like an action game with, like, mechs. Well, maybe not mechs even. Maybe, like, a mech suit? No, it's not a mech suit either. See, this is the kind of stuff they should be embedding in the website itself. Like, put a trailer here on the actual Tokyo Game Show website. That's the only...
They definitely could have had better... webmaster or like developers on this, like, or managing the website portion of it.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Most of these games aren't super interesting. You really have to like go in there deep and find something. There are more than 80 indies at Tokyo Game Show, but
I mean that does look pretty cool though.
Yeah,
this little GIF.
But then we also have Sony's PlayStation event too at Tokyo Game Show.
I'm gonna see. Wait, is this one? I've seen this one. I feel like the PVKK isn't this
what?
Like a planetary defense? Yeah, operate your planetary defense cannon to fend off an interplanetary invasion from the comfort of your cozy bunker. You're here to stay, so obey your superiors, press the right buttons, and sip your daily tea ration. It's good for you. We've seen this. I think we watched it during one of the live events we've had on Off the Console. I very much interested in this game.
Hey, so you did find something you might be interested in.
But it's already been announced. But yes.
Yeah, but I don't...
I think I will play this game for sure. This sounds very interesting and up my alley.
Yeah, I think most of these games are actually games that have been announced elsewhere.
Yeah.
They're just showcasing at Tokyo Game Show. To be honest, most of Tokyo Game Show was full of games that have already been announced. There aren't too many new announcements besides, like, Forza Horizon 6.
I think we got spoiled too much with the Steam Pal from Steam, like the Steam Deck from 2023 or 4. I think it was 2023. Tokyo Game Show when Steam Deck came to Asia.
I hope Steam Deck comes back next year, because I need someone to grab me some Steam Pal accessories. A little keychain with a little Steam Pal guy in the kimono. You remember that one?
That'd be awesome. Oh, yeah.
We should have Noah from Steam HQ get us one of those. In fact, I'm about to text him right now.
Ramen Shop Simulator sounds awesome. But it just makes me hungry. Maybe I'll go get some ramen after this. Oh, yeah.
Some like instant ramen or like some like real ramen?
No, we have a lot of ramen shops near here. I'm gonna go get some real ramen.
I have like maybe one or two like ramen shops near me. Sadly.
Okay, well, I should say near as in there's probably 3 within like 10, 15 minutes. If we talk about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, there's probably like 40.
Oh,
I wouldn't be shocked. There's a lot. Salt Lake is a very big geek slash nerd culture, so people love their ramen here. Let's see. Okay, let's get into your PlayStation thing. I kind of messed up your segue.
PlayStation. There's a lot of announcements for PlayStation. Well, not a lot of new announcements. They announced Zom's new game. You know, the guys that made Disco Elysium.
Yep.
But like all of those guys got fired already, so I don't even know if it's gonna be good.
Oh God. So, if you want to watch my reaction, I streamed it this week on the Games Revealed channel, so you can always go see what I think because I watched the whole thing and talked about it. But the Saros looks fun. It's like Returnal, but I think it's in the Returnal universe. It uses the Returnal engine. I think it reuses a lot of the assets. It looks fun, but if it's too similar to Returnal, then I'm not sure about that. But the biggest one that came out was for me. Sorry, I kind of just took over. What it was? Wolverine looked awesome from Insomniac Games. Did you watch anything on Wolverine?
I watched the trailer, and it looks interesting. I like that it's going to be rated M as fuck, because it always sucks when Wolverine slashes dudes in a video game and like they don't like bleed or lose limbs.
Definitely not. Yeah.
My thing though is how much of it was actual gameplay though, because like I don't think I would like it very much if it was like a Arkham clone basically.
It's going to be like an Arkham clone a little bit. It's going to be Insomniac Games though. They're really good developer. Like,
yeah,
it'd be amazing if they actually released a bad game like this. Like that's obviously a cutscene, but I have a feeling that the cutscenes are going to be similar to what the gameplay is. So
yeah, I mean,
like graphically,
Insomniac makes good games. So
they're one of my favorite game developers. So like that, I wouldn't be shocked if this is an in-game
like an engine cutscene. Yeah, but I'm not concerned about in-engine cutscenes. I want like actual gameplay.
That's gameplay.
Yeah,
that's got to be gameplay.
Yeah, that
right
has
there.
to be gameplay.
Were you jumping around? Yeah. The camera angle might be a little different, I bet, but yeah, it's, as you can tell, it's gory as fuck.
Look, it's Omega Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, but you know what the most exciting announcement was? The God of War 20th anniversary controller.
Wait. Did I miss that? Oh no, oh my god.
The controller.
It was obviously you're kidding, right?
Yeah.
Because it was, I saw it, it's like, okay, I know this is like God of War Kratos or whatever, you can definitely tell, but I'm like, okay. It could have been better, honestly.
The controller could have been better, but you know what would have been even better? Re-releasing like the old games to play on PS5.
I know,
1, 2, 3. Heck, release on PC too, man. They could have done something else besides a controller, but you know, Sony doesn't know how to celebrate anniversaries without making a new controller. So, like, yeah.
I know, like, if they would have done like the new controller comes with all 3 games for the PS5. Like, dude, combo it, man. I think that'd be a big deal. That'd be awesome.
And like, also, it's not even a DualSense Edge. Imagine if I might have been a little better had they made it a God of War DualSense Edge, like the $150 controller. It's just a regular DualSense. Who wants that?
So the Edge isn't going to sell as well at 150 for this type of thing.
Yeah, but it would have been cooler to have a limited edition.
It would have been, but as we learned earlier, they're all about that profit now, man. 150 billion.
Yeah, if they cared about profit, they should just bring all their games to PC. Wink, wink.
Oh, I agree with that. I think they're going to. They're doing more and more. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, their PlayStation Plus games for October is looking good. Like Alan Wake 2, and I think The Last of Us Part 2 is on it. looking like a really good month.
Yeah. So they also showed off some games. Well, obviously they announced a Deus Ex remastered during then.
Yeah.
They also showed off some games that we've seen before, like DLC for Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's on Steam.
Is it on Steam? The remastered?
Yeah, click on the first link, like below all the news.
We'll just get it from here.
All right, fine.
You guys can see this. So I think this is.
I feel
This is definitely the remake.
Yes, this is the remaster.
Or the remaster, sorry. Yeah. But you can see the text. Some of the textures are fine, but people, I think they could have done a little better.
I think people are a lot more forgiving of low res like lower quality graphics.
Yeah.
Like as long as you make them aware that the game came out like 25 years ago. Because I think people will see this and they'll think, oh, a 2025 game, but it looks butt ugly. But if they see a game when they know it's from 2020, I think gamers are a lot more forgiving now. I mean, a lot of the younger gamers, they don't even play like super graphic demanding games anymore. They just play Roblox and Fortnite.
Dude, he has a Gordon Freeman freaking goatee.
Let's see what his goatee looks like in HD.
Actually, I think Gordon Freeman doesn't have the mustache, but yeah. Like, look at that. It does not look very good. They could have been working with the old engine, though. I don't know if they upgraded the engine much, so that could be some limitations, maybe. But
I feel like if they wanted to go all the way, they should. Like, we don't know how much of this is like, because they look. If we go to the spider tank actually looks pretty good. It looks like they actually like remade that asset, or just
gonna rewatch it. But yeah. Well, they definitely they replaced this remaster actually feels like they actually replaced a lot of textures and models, but if they're going that route, they could have done better, I think. And some of it I do think looks good. Like I do think some of the remaster does look good.
I think
but
mechanical.
I have a feeling you can probably get mods that will do the same thing. Like that doesn't look good. I don't know. It feels like Half-Life Source, to be fair, and that's a very controversial take. People do not like Half-Life Source that much.
Will people like Deus Ex Remastered? That's an interesting question for another day.
Yeah, we'll see when it comes out. It comes out, what, the beginning of 2026, so...
Yeah, so there are also other announcements, too. If you go back to the Reddit thread, we just go down some of them. Halloween the Game has new trailer, gameplay breakdown.
It looked good.
The Last Epoch is coming to PS5, and there's a new expansion. It's a Diablo-like, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
The Seven Deadly Sins Origins. Man, Seven Deadly Sins fell off hard, like, the last season. Especially
that's because manga did. The manga goes that way, so they have power scaling issues in the manga, and they just follow the manga.
I'm gonna give my hottest take. I think Seven Deadly Sins fell off as soon as Gil Thunder was like, we're like, because like Gil Thunder used to say I'm stronger than the Seven Deadly Sins, but then it was revealed that he was saying that as like a plea for help instead of him being like an actual villain. And I think it fell off at that exact moment where it was revealed that he was just pretending and he was like pleading for help. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. But I feel like it would have been a lot cooler had he stayed like a villain. And then he got defeated, and then he learned it. He, like, redeemed himself.
I agree with that. I think I could point to a lot of different aspects of that. It's a fun ride, but to be fair, like, the game doesn't look too bad, the Seven Deadly Sins game.
Fair enough. But
I probably won't play it, but
yeah,
it doesn't like it could look much worse, let's just say that.
Yeah. Let's see. We also have Sonic Racing. It's got a Mega Man crossover with Mega Man and Proto Man. I wish Capcom would make a new Mega Man X. I think you've heard me say this a lot. I wish they'd make a new Mega Man X or finish Mega Man ZX. Yeah. Let's see, there's also Neo 3, Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. Interesting. Code Vein 2.
Looks good.
It does look
good. But the Code Vein 1 was okay, so.
At first I didn't like the Code Vein 2 trail when they showed it off during the Nintendo event, but I kind of came around. And then Final Fantasy Tactics is coming out soon. I want to play that.
A lot of people are really excited for the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster.
It's the best PS1 Final Fantasy. It's better than 7, 8, and 9.
Heavily disagree with that. It's the only one I couldn't get into.
Okay, well, we can agree to disagree. Let's see, Let It Die Inferno, PvPvE, Chronoscript by Shueisha Publishing. Huh. That's interesting.
Chronoscript, did you see that one? Because it was pretty interesting. Like, I think it's a Souls-like side scroller. You go into a book, like a script, and you fight these
like
bosses.
The Plucky Squire almost?
Kind of a little bit, but not so plucky and upbeat.
It is interesting that Shueisha is getting into publishing, because publishing video games. They've been publishing video games for a little bit now, but you know what they publish primarily, though? Weekly Shonen Jump.
Okay.
So
that is interesting.
If I had to guess, it's possible that they might be wrestling rights out of Bandai Namco's hands and just making the games themselves. Imagine if they... That would be crazy if that happened. If they, took all the rights away from Bandai Namco and started developing the games in-house with whatever they have. Whatever studios they own.
Yeah. Did you see...
The PlayStation speakers?
The PlayStation speakers?
Yes, but also, I don't understand what makes this so special. Maybe I'm just deaf and blind.
Did you watch the trailer? Because honestly, at first I was like, F this business.
No, I didn't watch the trailer.
They're wireless. You can pop them off, and you can have them plugged in, or you can pop them off and take them with you. So if you have, it syncs really well with the PlayStation Port. What is it? Not the PlayStation Portal. The Portal. At first I was like, hell no. But if these are under $200, I'm gonna be. My soundbar, my Razer soundbar, is getting 10 years old. I might replace it with this because I actually kind of like the idea that they're portable for me.
They're portable in the sense that you can unplug them for sure. It just depends on a lot of factors, like the battery life for sure. It also depends on other things too, like how convenient they are to stick in your backpack or whatever.
I'm not going to take them with me out of the house probably, but it'd be I would put them into my bedroom when I play my PlayStation in there, and yeah, because I'll stream it. There's a lot of different things I would. It depends on how well this works.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could use these on other things, like a Steam Deck.
Probably.
Bluetooth,
it works with
right?
the PC.
They're Bluetooth, right?
I think they use this. I have a feeling that they use a special codecs because that's kind of, or not codecs, but connection technology, because I think that's how their earbuds and some other.
It says right there. Connect to your TV or smartphone via Bluetooth.
Via Bluetooth to listen. Okay. I think to get the lossless or the ultra low latency, it has the PlayStation Link right here. So I think this is a special tech that probably works in tandem with Bluetooth. So if you want to get really good quality, I think yeah.
Dude,
yeah, you gotta have the dongle, but
dongle into your Steam Deck's Type C port, and then.
But if it's Bluetooth, it also works with the. So I don't know. I like the idea of this though, because at least it can do more than what my soundbar. My soundbar can't become portable. It sits there, ugly.
I wonder how much the chargers are, because you could buy a charger for your desktop, have the charging bases at your desktop, but then also have the charging bases in your bedroom.
It really depends on how expensive these things are. This too though. Because at the end of the day, if they're really they're too expensive, then. Yeah, it's a no for me, but because then you could just, if they're over 200, you just buy two nice speakers and put them in two sets of speakers and put them in both the rooms. So
yeah, fair enough.
And how easy it is to switch between everything. It's got me intrigued though. I'll say that at the beginning, not sure. Now it all depends on the price for me.
Right now. There is one game I wanted to look at, Crimson Desert, which I think it's being developed by the same guys that make Black Desert, but instead of being an MMO, it's a single player game. And it looks pretty sick, I will say.
Oh, yes. This one made me think of Game of Thrones for some weird reason.
Why is that?
I don't know, because he kind of looks like Jon Smith.
You mean Jon Snow?
Jon Snow, Jon Smith, whatever.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I have watched all of the show, but after the last 2 seasons, it killed me. The last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones made it so that I almost didn't care about the universe.
It's amazing how, like, it was at one point the most celebrated TV show out there. And then, like, the last 2 seasons, like, destroyed all well. No one talks about Game of Thrones anymore.
No, because they ruined it by rushing it.
And they rushed it so they could get a Star Wars project up and going. And guess what happened to that? They canceled that Star Wars project.
They lost it because of course, they should never get hired again with the way they treated that. I'm not usually one for that type of cancel culture, but they fucked up.
You know what? You know what, though? George R. Martin could revive Game of Thrones if he just wrote the last book. Or that's not even last book, like the second to last book, too, right?
I think, he has 2 books left.
Yeah,
we'll see.
You look at that. Look at the combat in this game.
It does look really cool.
Koreans know how to make a good-looking game, though.
They do.
They really do. People have been sleeping on.
It's really weird because it's like medieval. What is it? Oh, frick. Medieval steampunk. No, there's like robots, dude, or they're just golems because they look steampunked with magic.
Dude, it is pretty sick though. I want to play it.
I agree. It does look pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that steampunk dragon. That's crazy. Or is it
that right there?
Oh yeah. That's a fucking mech.
Yeah, but it's like a steampunk mech, right? Because it's got, I don't know, it's just the way it's designed.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So, once that was kind of introduced, it definitely got me more interested. Like looking at this, it makes it look like it's a medieval game, but then when you actually watch it, you're like, oh no, it's not. This is like the evolution of Final Fantasy in some ways.
It's oh man.
Well, you know what time it is? It's time for us to end because we're gonna get more comments that this is too long.
Dude, if they want to complain about it, we should just release this in 2 parts.
Nah, we're good. Do you have anything else you want to cover?
Let's see if there are any last minute topics at hand that just popped up just now.
I don't think we have time for that, but we can if you want.
Nothing. But have you seen the new GTA? Have you seen the new gacha game? That's not a gacha game, but people are it's like Ananta.
Ananta. It's something like
it's like a mix of like Spider-Man. It looks like a mix of Spider-Man and like GTA, and people say Yakuza, but like Yakuza is. No, it looks more like Sleeping Dogs with like the like environment.
It's got a lot of it's got a lot of aspects of like hacking to it also. So it's a little bit like Watch Dogs.
Yeah, well, apparently the gacha game doesn't have character gacha, meaning you can unlock all the characters via playing the games. You can unlock all of your waifus through playing the game. In fact, you can't even pay to unlock them, I don't think. Well, you don't roll like a loot box of sort.
I know a lot of people are a little turned off with the anime-esque portion of it, but I think the world itself is actually fascinating.
People are so like uppity about things having anime art styles, and they just like skip out on really good games just because it has anime art styles on it. It's crazy.
I think it's a childish kind of aspect to it. So they see it and it's like, oh, okay, well, it's cartoony, so it's gonna be a childlike game. Also, it's got like a very furry undertone to it, which some people don't like. But it looks interesting.
That is true. There are a lot of furry aspects. Like that girl has an entire shark in her ass.
Damn, that's like the worst way you could say that. That's good. That's funny. Damn. Some of it's a little too edgelordy too, but to be fair, depending on how, like, is this going to be like is this an MMO style? Because I don't think I quite understood what this was from watching the trailer.
I don't think it's an MMO, but it's supposed to run on mobile. So like,
okay,
it's coming on PC and PS5 first, and then mobile later, which is interesting.
They'll have a mobile version.
It will have a mobile version. It's being published by NetEase. Oh, look at that. So damn. I can see why people say it's kind of like Yakuza, but I kind of see it more like Sleeping Dogs, to be honest. But
right,
yeah,
it has a lot of different aspects. This is a game. I've never seen a game quite like this before, so I think that's what's got me kind of excited about it. You even got like a black tentacle thing that you can use,
like Spider-Man, or like Venom,
Infamous.
Or Infamous, or Prototype.
Prototype, that's it. Sorry, Prototype. Yes, it's very Prototype-esque with some of it too.
Prototype was sick. They should make
Prototype was a really good game. Yeah,
they should make a new Prototype.
I agree with that.
Hey, maybe we're getting the new Prototype. Wow, no one mentioned Prototype. Maybe we should get a new Prototype.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's an IP. There's a lot of IPs that PlayStation has that they need to get their shit together and get back onto.
You know what?
They're sitting on a treasure trove of IPs.
I don't think PlayStation owns Prototype. You're thinking of Infamous.
They do own Infamous. I thought they owned Prototype. Who owns Prototype? Who is the developer of Prototype?
I think EA owns Prototype. Let me see.
Oh damn, I think you're right. I just remember playing on PlayStation.
No, it's Activision. So yeah,
Activision.
That's super. You're never seeing a new Prototype.
Don't tell me that.
It's true. When's the last time? Well, no, that's not true. They made Tony Hawk. But when's the last time you haven't seen a? When's the last time you've seen a game they developed that wasn't Call of Duty or Tony Hawk?
You could see a Prototype remake, maybe. Remakes are popular.
Oh, they had look. You switch characters, and look, it kind of switches the way GTA 5 does, where it goes on like an overhead view.
Yeah, they definitely taken a lot of aspects from GTA.
Dude,
you can go around as
the shark girl.
That dragon tail is freaking so massive.
People have no issues with that. One of the more popular characters in Zenless Zone Zero basically has a huge shark tail.
I'm not saying anything. It's just funny. It's
oh look, and you switch. And
yeah, you can switch and then take them out, and they just blur it. Which I'm like,
why do they blur? There's no blood in this game.
Probably. Actually, that is probably to be edgy. Honestly, probably doesn't change anything. That's what they need. This needs to be modded to have blood, and I think
and ragdoll physics.
Agreed. I think it would kill some of its edginess.
Dude, ragdoll physics. Anime games do need ragdoll physics. I noticed that there aren't too many. Oh, look, that's probably where all the monetization is going to be. In the cars and clothing for your characters.
Yeah. Wait, is it free to play?
It's coming out? I think it's going to be free to play.
Ugh. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a hard one. Okay. So, anything else? We could sit here and watch this, but do you want to...
Not really. I don't think there's anything else in particular, unless there's some crazy news. No, nothing too crazy. Helldivers could have been free to play, but it isn't, so there's that. Alright, so yeah, that's basically it.
Helldivers 2, I'm glad it's not. Like, you have some monetization in it where you can spend more to unlock more, some more, but you can also earn it. So if you spend more time playing it, you can unlock some of the like skins and guns faster, or you can spend some money to unlock it too. I'm okay with that type of mechanism. I guess maybe it could have been free to play. Interesting. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about, or any last words you want to say? Anything you want to say your piece on?
Not really. I don't have anything more to say. I think PC. Yeah, that's it. All right, no, nothing more.
I think I think from a hardware standpoint, it's very interesting. But from like a consumer standpoint of spending money, everything's getting much more expensive than it needs to be. Hardware, games. So on one side, like we're getting a lot of good indie games, we're getting a lot of good games. On the other, things are just going to be more expensive. So you're going to have to really start doing more research and picking and choosing what you want to play if you're going to afford anything in the future. That's my piece on this whole thing. We'll have to see what Gardner has to say about all this next week.
And hopefully Gardner will give us the 411 on what's going on at Nextcloud.
Agreed, and see how Oktoberfest was.
All right.
Good times. Okay. Well, with that being said, let's head on out, and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
Peace out. Later.
See ya.